Over to you, Mr. Kolade.
Okay. A castle who got a meaning Kolade Thomas, member of Yoruba Nation Global Directorate. Okay, gbogbo yín, all gbogbo ibi tẹ́ bá wà, tẹ́ bá ti ń gbọ́ wa. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. A máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò nísìnyí. Barrister Ogedengbe máa fún wa ní national anthem nísìnyí. So ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tí barrister fẹ́ sọ. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. And then tán bá play yẹn tán, àtún Princess, director of the directorate, wọ́n á bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. So ẹ jẹ́ ká play national anthem. Ẹ ṣé.
Anthem of the newly formed Ududuwa Nation.
Thank you very much, Barrister Ogedengbe. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. A máa rí yín bá o. Over to our director of the directorate, make his speech now. Princess Adeola Atayero Olamijulo. Over to you, ma. Thank you very much.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni, Mr. Kola Thomas.
Yeah.
Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán, ẹ káalẹ́ níbi gbogbo tí a gbé wà. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè tó kà wá yẹ fún ọjọ́ èní. A dẹ̀ tún dúpẹ́ pé a pè yín, ẹ dẹ̀ jẹ́ wa. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo kí gbogbo wa pé a káàbọ̀ sí ètò ti èní. Mo dẹ̀ tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń encourage wa àti gbogbo àwọn tó ń fi owó ránṣẹ́ sí wa. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, àbùdí ni ti olókun, àbùdí ni tọlọ́sà, ojú òní tì yín o. And to our panelists that will be tí wọ́n máa fi ọ̀rọ̀ jomitoro ọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ ṣé gan ni for coming. And mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká fi ara balẹ̀, ká dẹ̀ gbọ́ ohun tí wọ́n máa bá wa sọ lénìí. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Over to you, Mr. Kola Thomas. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, sir.
Now, ẹ ṣé. A máa rí yín bá o, màmá wa. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Then the next program is Arábìnrin Abímbọ́lá Marquis. Àwọn náà máa fún wa ní ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ láti our Yoruba land. Arábìnrin Abímbọ́lá Marquis. Hello, Showa Mbi, Abi.
Is here. Let me quickly alert her.
Okay, she's here. Hello. Ẹ ṣé gan. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ máa fún wa ní ìròyìn. Shetty on mute, right? Oh, it's connecting. Okay. Hey, on mute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ẹ káàsán gbogbo ilé o, ẹ káàárọ̀ níbikíbi tí everybody bá wà o.
Sorry,
So,
camera
Maka news of pardon?
the camera is upside down.
I really don't know why.
Shift
I'm using
it
my
back.
phone. Let's see if it this way.
Okay,
Okay,
better.
it's better now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, see.
Okay, I'm going to read the news update in English. So we understand that the news reaching our desk. Sorry, let me start again. Yoruba Nation Global Directorate 129th news update. We understand from the news reaching our desk that the Oyo State House of Assembly has passed a bill permitting Isheshe Day. This shall be a day dedicated to traditional religious worshiping in all its ramifications. The law makes it equitable and suggests a renaissance of Yoruba tradition and culture. We applaud the Oyo State government for this pioneering effort, and we encourage other Yoruba states to emulate this laudable act. Secondly, we are observing the events developing in West Africa, particularly in respect of the military takeover of the Niger Republic. We understand that the ECOWAS army has been deployed and is now and house the military junta. We urge for a more diplomatic approach to the issue because a military intervention will destroy the people and will worsen the economy of Niger Republic. African juries are deliberating, and majority opinion is that African leaders only enhance industry, and those who will steal Africa's mineral resources will benefit from any war within Africa. Africans are also saying we should not be aiding the depopulation agenda of the imperialists, and African leaders must do everything humanly possible to avert war. Moving on, anti-imperialism sentiment is growing across Africa. Countries such as Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger Republic, on France. The message is that their decades of economic pillarage is over, and henceforth these countries are resolute about their total liberation. They want to run their own national affairs by themselves, and they are refusing to be puppets of the imperialists. Back home in Nigeria, the Naira currency rate continues to rise, and President Tinubu's administration is yet to turn the tide. Our people at home continue to suffer untold hardship as the high cost of living is already hitting hard on everyone. We plead with Yorubas in diaspora to not relent in their efforts, in their financial support to their family and friends. We implore our people to heed our warning. Please do not donate money towards any farming scheme which is being operated by anyone in the diaspora. This warning is in special relation to persons who are highly placed. Please ignore all sugar-coated tongues. We respectfully ask our people to join existing cooperatives in their various areas. If there is no cooperative that exists, then you can surely put yourselves together and form one. Ole ara, ole ẹ̀mí, kò ní jà wá o. Odùduwà á gbè wá o, kò ní gbé ọ̀dàlẹ̀. My name remains Bimbola Marquis. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Bimbola Marcos. We appreciate you. Eshegon, fún ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ tẹ́ fún wa yẹn. A máa rí yín bá o. Now, the next program is the is the appeal for funds by Baba Adebayo or Barrister Odumosu. Baba Adebayo is not here. He's not in the house. I can't see him. Baba Adebayo, I don't think he's here. And Barrister Odumosu is not here as well. I think
Barrister is here.
Barrister is here, okay. Barrister, we need a hello, Barrister Odumosu Mbole, wow.
Hello.
Ah, Rojo. Yeah,
ẹ má bínú mi ò ní yọjú. Mo gbégún.
Ẹ gbégún, okay, afẹ́rẹ́ yẹn náà ni.
Ẹ fẹ́ rojú eégún, ẹ fẹ́ rojú ara ọ̀run.
Ẹ rojú eégún yẹn ni.
Sorry. Ẹ ṣe
gan. The house mo fẹ́ rí gbogbo eégún tẹ́ gbé, irú eégún tẹ́ gbé yẹn ó lé o.
Ṣé ìrẹ́kọ̀ eégún ni ilẹ̀ ṣe rí ẹni eégún?
Mo ti gbégún dáadáa náà ní Island.
Thank you. Akiwa Kásán ẹ̀ka alẹ́ ẹ̀ka àárọ̀ níbi gbogbo tá a bá wà ẹ má bínú. Mo wà lójú ọ̀nà ni. Sorú dẹ̀ mú gan ni so mo yánra lẹ̀ ni. So ẹ má bínú. A kí àwọn tí wọ́n bá wa ṣe ìpàdé lónìí. Mo rí pé a pọ̀ gan léni gan ni ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ pé a pè yín ẹ yọjú ẹ tẹ̀ wá. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe máa ń sọ lọ́sẹ̀ẹ̀sẹ̀, owó ni kẹ̀kẹ́ ìyìn rere, abẹ̀yìn arọ̀ yín, ẹ jẹ́ ká rówó yín. A lot of things ló ń lọ ní ọ̀nà wa lọ́hùn ní ìlú Yorùbá lọ́hùn tó jẹ́ pé ó ní ìdìrànlọ́wọ́ wa láti dá sí. Ṣùgbọ́n gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ nísìnyí, ó dàbí pé ó rẹ àwọn èèyàn ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ wá, ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ibi tá à ń lọ. Kò dẹ̀ lè ṣe kó má ṣe báyìí rí ní South Africa níjọ́sí ìgbà tí àwọn ará South Africa tó ń jà du òmìnira pé àwọn fẹ́ gba òmìnira tí apartheid wà ń bẹ̀. Bí ọ̀rọ̀ ìwé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe rí nsìn gangan ni ọ̀rọ̀ wọn náà ṣe rí. Ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà tó yá Mandela ò jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ wọn o. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn ẹ̀ náà fọ́nká tán lọ join àwọn olóṣèlú tán láwọn ò ṣe mọ́ tán ṣe gbogbo. Ó dúró ó sọ fáwọn tẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ wípé ibi táwọn ń lọ ni káwọn kọjú sí, and gbogbo aládẹ̀mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní almost 29 years after tí wọ́n tì mọ́lé, so wọ́n rí òmìnira. Àwa náà dẹ̀ nígbàgbọ́ pé a máa rí òmìnira nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, kò sí bó lè ṣe rí, a máa ní òmìnira lágbára Ọlọ́run. Torí ẹ jẹ́ ká ranra wa lọ́wọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ẹ bá wa dá owó sí àpò wa. A máa fi wẹ́bsáìtì tẹ máa ti san, a máa fi sórí fọ́nrán sìn. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ pé wọ́n mọ bọ́n ṣe máa ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ tó pọ́n máa transfer náà kí wọ́n máa gbàgbé kí wọ́n bá wa ṣe kan fi ran ilẹ̀ àwa kọ́ náà fi ràn lọ́wọ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá la fi ràn lọ́wọ́ torí ẹ̀ náà la ṣe ìṣídúró tá à ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe yìí. Ọlọ́wà máa bù sí àpò wa o. Ẹ ṣé.
Ẹ ṣé gan Barrister Odumosu. A máa rí yín bá bọ́ ẹ má tí ì lọ o. Ẹ̀yin lẹ máa bá wa introduce àwọn lẹ máa bá wa sọ àwọn tó máa
àwọn panelist wa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn mo fẹ́ sọ ní Yorùbá ni because òyìnbó tó sọ yẹn ó ti pọ̀ jù.
Àwọn tó máa bá wa jíròrò lẹ́nu.
Àwọn tó máa fi ọ̀rọ̀ jómitoro ọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn bíi Dr. B. Oyefule and so on and so forth.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Yeah.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe mọ̀, ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà oríṣiríṣi ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí. Èyí tó dẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí dáadáa ni torí wípé àwọn tí wọ́n pera wọn ní Western world wọ́n ti kó wa jẹ púpọ̀ jù. Ìgbàgbọ́ dẹ̀ ṣe ń kó wa jẹ yẹn ṣe ní ara wọn nìkan, títara wọn nìkan ni wọ́n ń rò, wọn ò rò títí wa. So ìdí èyí ló mú wa la fi ronú wípé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ ní ìlú Áfíríkà ó yẹ kí àwa náà ká dá sí. A rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Mali, Burkina Faso àti gbogbo àwọn ibi tí àwọn ọmọ ológun tí wọ́n ti gbàjọba. Àwọn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ gbàjọba yìí wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ kékeré tí wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe, tí wọ́n ní lọ́kàn wípé tí ìlú bá tòrò, tí ó bá rọ ará ìlú lọ́rùn, òun ló dáa jù. Tí ò bá táwọn aṣíwájú wa dèrè tí wọ́n bá ṣe nǹkan tó lẹ́tọ̀ọ́, tí wọ́n bá gba ọ̀nà tó lẹ́tọ̀ọ́, kò lè rọ àwọn ará ìlú lọ́rùn tó bá pé tara wọn nìkan náà ń jàdù, tí wọ́n ń kówó sápò, tí wọ́n ń jalè, tí wọ́n ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. So ìyẹn náà la ṣe wò pé ní ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká tiẹ̀ wo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà. Ṣé àwọn òyìnbó ló yẹ kí wọ́n bá wa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ wa láti rí ojútùú ọ̀rọ̀ ni, àbí àwa fúnra wa ló yẹ ká ronú wò pé ọ̀nà báyìí ló yẹ ká gbà láti lè fún ara wa ní ìrọ̀rùn ní ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà, ní ilẹ̀ Adúláwọ̀. So ìdí èyí la ṣe pé
Barrister ẹ má bínú.
Okay.
Kẹ́ tó introduce amis nǹkan kan nínú program yẹn tí mo fi pé ó dẹ̀ ṣe pàtàkì. Because ìpolówó ọjà làgómọ òwò. Once people know that ọ̀pẹ òkú, wọ́n á máa wo mọ̀lúwọ̀ ọ̀pẹ. So before kẹ́ tó continue, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ jẹ́ ká play montage wa.
Okay.
Then you can continue. Thank you, sir.
ilé olówó oyè ò lè ṣèṣe olówó. bá a bímọ nílé olówó oyè ò lè ṣèṣe olówó. bá a bímọ nílé ọlọ́rọ̀ oyè ò lè rìnrìn ọlọ́lá kó rìn yan fanda rìnrìn ọlọ́rọ̀. ọmọ tá a bá bí ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹ kó mọ tì fún tẹ̀dọ̀ ohun àṣà àtìṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dẹ́kun délẹ̀ tó fi mọ́ ìtàn ohun orísun ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àtàwọn bíi tó ṣe é mú yan gan tó dùn ún wò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. ẹ wo Ẹ̀rìn Ìjẹ̀ṣà waterfall kẹ́ẹ̀tún wò Kọ́gùsì níbi tómi gbóná àti tútù ti pàdé. Ìdànrè hill nínú odò ń kọ́ àtòkè Olúmọ lẹ́gbàá Aláké. nání ohun ànílà nání. ìdí ẹ̀ gan nìyí tí Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate fi gbé ètò kan ràbàǹdẹ̀ kalẹ̀ ní gbogbo ọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta ọjọ́ sátidé fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá láti kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kọ́gbọ́n mọ́gbọ́n nípa àṣà ìṣe ìtàn ìṣẹ̀dálẹ̀ àti òkodoro ọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá tó fi mọ́ ohun tó rọ̀ mọ́ ìjàngbara fún orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. ẹ ṣáà mọ̀ pé bí olóde ò bá kú ojúdere ò ní wú koríko àìsí níbẹ̀ sì láì bá wọn dá sí i wọ́n pín kò kàn mí onítọ̀hún ò yọjú síbẹ̀ ní. darapọ̀ lórí ìkànnì YouTube ní gbogbo ọjọ́ sátidé ní dédé aago 3 ọ̀sán Nàìjíríà tàbí kó o darapọ̀ lórí Zoom tí àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ mo fẹ́ darapọ̀ ránṣẹ́ sórí ìkànnì ímeèlì yìí yorubaнаtionglobal.d@gmail.com. ìkànnì Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate lẹ́yìn tí rí wò lórí YouTube oríṣiríṣi àlejò tó jẹ́ ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n tó nímọ̀ tó tó gbangba sùn lọ́yẹ́ ńlẹ́ wọn bá pàdé lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ fún ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ohun ọ̀rọ̀ ìyànjú àti ọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìlọsíwájú àti akitiyan gbígba òmìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. jẹ́ ká jọ pàdé níbi ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta tọ̀sẹ̀ yìí kẹ́kù lẹ́gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko pé a kì í fárílẹ́yìn olórí ẹni tó ní nǹkan ó da òní ò ṣe ń bẹ̀. Yorùbá ò ní parun o Yorùbá ò ní rẹ̀yìn láíláí. Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate lolùkéde.
Barrister the motion. Thank you.
Yeah, ẹ ṣeun. Yes, gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ lọ, President America ó sọ fún àwọn tó ń gbàjọba ní Domadi wípé kí wọ́n kó gbá wọn wọlé páwọn ò fẹ́ kí wọ́n dúró síbẹ̀ kí wọ́n gbé ọ̀gbẹ́ni olóṣèlú tó yẹ pé òun ló da gbé ìlú rú pé kí wọ́n dá padà síbẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn panelist wa wọ́n máa bá wa yànyàn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí bó ṣe yẹ àti bó ṣe tọ́ torí ẹ̀ la ṣe yàn wọ́n. Ẹni tí máa kọ́kọ́ pè ní ọ̀gbẹ́ni Prince Túnjí Adéẹ̀kọ́. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá mi highlight wọn. Prince Túnjí Adéẹ̀kọ́ ẹ kú àbọ̀ sórí ètò wa. Ẹni kejì náà
ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ní kó tan fídíò wọn. Ẹ tan fídíò yín. Prince,
okay,
please.
Prince, please put on your video. Ẹni kejì tí máa fẹ́ pè ní àwọn ìyá wa Mrs. Sandra Popoola. Ẹ kú àbọ̀ sórí ètò wa mà.
I'm not sure she's in today. Not yet, at least.
Okay.
Not yet. She's not in yet. Oh, Prince Adioko's video is on now.
Okay.
Prince,
you are welcome.
Yeah.
Ẹ káàsán ẹ ṣé.
Ẹ mú kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olórí wa gbogbo lórí Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate.
Barrister Ogedengbe, mo kí yín o, Barrister Odumosu.
You are welcome, my brother.
Àgbọ́n mi, Mr. Yefule, mo kí yín o. Ẹ̀yin olóòtú ọjọ́ ìní, Mr. Kola Thomas, mo kí yín náà o. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó kù tí mi ò tí dárúkọ, mo kí yín, mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ fún àǹfààní tẹ́ tún fún mi láti darapọ̀ mọ́ yín ní wákàtí. Ṣé mo lè bẹ̀rẹ̀?
No, ẹ sì ní sùúrù.
Okay.
Ẹ má pa àwọn tó kù.
Okay.
Ní sùúrù. Okay. Mo fẹ́ pe Dr. B. Yefule kan darapọ̀ mọ́ wa.
Wọ́n wà on.
Yes.
Yeah, mo wà on.
You are welcome, sir.
Ẹ ṣé gan olóòtú for inviting me.
How was the break, sir?
I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting deliberation, Lenny. Olóòtú.
Yes, mo máa tún pe arákùnrin wa tí a mọ̀ bí ẹni mọ̀wó. Wọ́n máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ tán máa ń dá ṣáká lẹ́nu, Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Sam Ọláolú Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. You are welcome, sir. Bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ẹ sá fún mi láti bí ọ̀nà ọjọ́ mẹ́ta kan, but mo kà sí ilé mi.
Arakita fara. Bàbá oyè kúrò ẹ̀ka sọ, ẹ̀kújọ́ mẹ́ta sà. Títí wa princess, ẹ̀ka sọ, gbogbo ilé ẹ̀ka sọ. Àṣeyẹ la máa ṣe o.
Amen. So, Mr. Thomas, iṣẹ́ yóò ti parí o, ẹ má ti sá lọ.
Níbo mo lọ mi ò lọ́bì kankan, I'm here.
Okay. So, àwọn tí a fẹ́ pè ní àmì system púpọ̀ lára and doing it, but you can continue.
Okay.
With the program.
So, ọ̀pọ̀ wa sún kan Barrister Ogedengbe nísìnyí láti engage àwọn panelists wa, àwọn tó máa fún wa ní ọgbọ́n àti òye nípa ọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tó máa là wá lóye. So over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Ẹ ṣé gan, Mr. Thomas. Ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà, kò ní rẹ̀ wá, kò ní sún wa o. Yorùbá ní kàkà kó rẹ̀ wá, àmú rẹ̀ lọ́dún. A fi ewé ọlọ́fẹ́, a fi gbéra. Thank you very much. Mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo àwọn àgbàlagbà tó wà níjókòó lẹ́yìn. Ẹ ṣé gan. Princess, you're welcome. God bless you, and He will continue to be your strength. And Allah Amaso Abara Diotu. My big brother, uncle, Dr. B. Yefule, we thank you for your love and sacrifices for Yoruba Nation and for the Yoruba Nation Global Directorate. Wọ́n ní òkè báyìí ni ọwọ́ afọ́ni ló ń gbé tójú tẹrù. Ilé alákàn tójú tẹrù, ilé alákàn kì í gbẹ. Ilé olówẹ̀rí kì í gbẹ. Tútù là ń bá lè olówẹ̀rí. Ìgbó náà ni wọlé yín o. Thank you very much. And Prince, God bless you. Thank you very much for distinguishing yourself. For somebody who lives in a very, very highly temperamental, unpredictable environment, and for holding the front. Yes, Omoluabi Shiwa, we thank you. We endure not just for those people at home, and a challenge to be honest and do things the proper way that you're telling, the assurance that you give to those in diaspora. We thank you and we appreciate you. Welcome you to our place today. Thank you. And to our brother, Kinoya Judah, we bless you. We thank God for your life and for all the things that you do all the time, your research work, your analysis, and the grace and the boldness to call a spade, not minding whose source is God. It's a privilege to know you, to be linked with you, and to work with you. And we need someone who understands the word Ifarasing, putting Yoruba nation first. Often you speak about the interests of 60 million people back home. Yes, we believe that is the way it should be. And Karakan Okogodo Oro Nico Gegebi Olori Tibugo Anteli Baba wa Olo Babafemi Awolowo bó ṣe ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn náà ń ṣe kò dẹ̀ ní rẹ̀. Baba said, only wise men are at the beer parlor, at least a paraphrase, and chasing women of easy virtue. I'm at my duty post, thinking of how to make life better for my people. This is your hallmark, and it comes with big price, but posterity will judge everyone, including yourself, others who are doing it properly. So don't relent. Don't think your efforts, your labor of love has been something that people don't notice. One more talk. Even those who antagonize you, they know the truth. So continue to say it. Talk about Bo Tolufela Kuti. Talk about àwọn bàbá wa, Mandela, àti gbogbo àwọn tó sòótọ́. Some of us will be on magic mushroom to assume that they will listen to us. It doesn't work that way. So, Olódùmarè, á fún wa ṣe o. Ìpàdé wa lénìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí barrister Táíwò Òdùmọ̀ṣù wọ́n ṣe sọ. Yorùbá ní ilé làwọn kà tó sọmọ lórúkọ, ọ̀rọ̀ sunùkùn, ó di ká fi ojú sunùkùn, ká fi wò. Orúkọ táráyé bá fún ni, òun náà fi ń pè ní. Orúkọ tí wọ́n fún wa lórílẹ̀-èdè adúláwọ̀ la ti ń jẹ́ títí. And if tá a bá mọ èèyàn tá a jẹ́, oríṣiríṣi èèyàn ló máa pè wá. Tàdé máa níbẹ̀ ni. Bọ̀ ó dàbẹ̀ ni pé àsìkò ti tó tí ẹ̀yà ọmọ adúláwọ̀ tí wọ́n dẹ̀ pé Yorùbá ní ògo adúláwọ̀. It is not an accident that we put this together. Torí aṣíwájú ogun kì í kẹ́yìn ogun. Yorùbá ní ọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣogójì ló ṣọ̀ọ́dúnrún, ohun tó ṣe ọlọ́yàdé, gbogbo ọlọ́yà ló ṣe. Tán bá ní kò kàn mí, ó ti wà lẹ́yìnkùlé wa, ó dẹ̀ kàn wá. Tá bá jẹ́ ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀, we cannot just sweep what is happening in Africa aside. Ká ní emancipation Yorùbá nation nìkan la máa face. Ìdí rèé gẹ́gẹ́ bí barrister ṣe sọ tí Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate tá fi ní a gbọ́dọ̀ bọ́ síwájú ká sọ̀rọ̀ ká làwọn èèyàn wa lọ́yẹ̀ tásìkò bá dé lọ́jọ́ iwájú tó pé kò sẹ́ni tó máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ ìran wa wípé kí ilẹ̀ ṣe sí ìbẹ́ lẹ́yìn ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ adúláwọ̀. So lénìí a máa wo gbogbo nǹkan tó ń lọ àti nǹkan tá a lè ṣe nípa ẹ̀. And before ẹ jẹ́ kí mo fẹ́ gba àwọn tó máa bá wa jíròrò wípé mo mọ̀ wípé ọ̀rọ̀ gbénú ọmọ ènìyàn fọ̀hún ni. But a ní sọ̀rọ̀ tán. Létò nípele. We would appreciate if the answers to some of the salient questions coming up will take a form of tag question. Yes, no, and we would only explain if asked to do so. Ìdí ni wípé àwọn answer wa ń gbà mí ó lè override the next question. Opportunity will be for us at the end to express ourselves, how we see it. So right now, it may be like a piece of jigsaw. Tẹ́fi ACB tiwa níbi kan tẹ́ ti máa wá jáde. So ẹ jẹ́ ká mú nípele. And at the same time, pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà ní ìjókòó, a kí yín. Thank you very much for your love, understanding. Kí Ọlọ́run máa fi ìmọ̀, kó máa fi kún ìmọ̀ fún gbogbo wa. We believe, it's been said that the silent observer, they are the best judges. We believe today you would observe a lot of things, you would discern a lot of things. And at the appropriate time, you'll be given the opportunity to hear your views. Please, whilst the interaction with the panelists is ongoing, we plead with you not to interrupt. You've been very excellent, you've been very good with all the Omoluabi ethos you've observed in the last couple of months. We plead that the same would continue. Thank you very much, and God bless you. So, to start the program, today we are discussing Africa and its underdevelopment through the act of its political leadership with connivance of the imperialist. That will be our focus for today. The number one question that we want us to deliberate upon goes like this. Do you believe that the development of Africa will come from non-Africans? Let me ask Prince Tunji Adeeko, in a nutshell, to please give us an insight into what you think the response should be.
The answer is a capital no. Can I expatiate on that?
Yes, please do, sir.
Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo ilé ní àsìkò tá a wà yìí, and mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ fún opportunity ta ní láti deliberate lórí the topic at hand. The salvation of Africa, or the drive to save Africa, can never come from outside of Africa. The reason is quite tabarulo. In the year 2020, mo kọ ìwé kejì tí mo kọ. It's a bit only some background to jẹ́ pé àwọn tí òye yẹn bá yé ló máa yé, and the title is The Vatican's Naked Auditorium. Is the black race destined to rule the new age? The Vatican's Naked Auditorium. Is the black race destined to rule the new age? Ìwé yẹn wáyé nípa àwọn ìwádìí tí mo ṣe. Mo dẹ̀ rí wípé gbogbo ìyà tó dàbí ẹni pé ó jẹ ọmọ adúláwọ̀, lóòótọ́ ó jẹ wá, ṣùgbọ́n ó ní sáà tí ìyà yìí gbọ́dọ̀ fi lópin. Tí ìyà yìí bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ lópin dẹ̀ rí, ṣé àwọn tó ń wá mú wa lẹ́rú sìn ni wọ́n máa sọ pé òkè ó yá ẹ máa lọ ti yín o? Kò lè rí bẹ́ẹ̀, kò lè rí bẹ́ẹ̀ rárá. Àwa tí wọ́n fi ìyà jẹ, wọ́n ní iyán rèé, ó di kátungún, ọbẹ̀ rèé ó di kátùnsè. Ọmọ adúláwọ̀ tiẹ̀ ní láti kọ́kọ́ béèrè pé tí wọ́n ní ẹni tí bàtà bá ń ta lẹ́sẹ̀, òun ló mọ ibi tí ẹni tó wọ bàtà ló mọ ibi tí bàtà ti ń ta òun lẹ́sẹ̀. Ǹjẹ́ àwa ọmọ adúláwọ̀, torí mo rántí mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ sí, mo ní èèyàn kan sọ pé ó ní ẹni yẹn lọ fún expedition, ó wá save àwọn slave kan. Ó wá ní ó ṣe save gbogbo àwọn ẹrú tó wà ńbẹ̀. Ó ní àwọn ẹrú tó wà ńbẹ̀, wọn ò pera wọn lẹ́rú. Tó bá pera wọn lẹ́rú, òun á gbà wọ́n là. Bẹ́ẹ̀ gan ni ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ adúláwọ̀ rí. Ǹjẹ́ àwa ọmọ adúláwọ̀, ǹjẹ́ àti ẹ̀rí pé àwa ní oko ẹrú? Ǹjẹ́ àwa ọmọ adúláwọ̀, ǹjẹ́ àdàbí àwọn ọmọ Fáráò tó ń sọ fún Mósè lọ́jọ́ sí pé ìyà tó fi jẹ wá ìpapọ̀ tá bá tẹ̀ wà ní táyẹ́ pé ilẹ̀ Egypt la wà, ṣé kò máa sàn fún wa ju eléyìí lọ? Ìyẹn ni pé àwa ọmọ adúláwọ̀ pàápàá láti kọ́ wí pé ǹjẹ́ a tẹ̀ wà ní ìgbèkùn, ǹjẹ́ a wà lóko ẹrú bí? Torí tá a bá lè wúra fìnnìfìnnì, ká wúra fínífíní, ká sọ fúnra wa wípé àsìkò tó láti já ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ ẹrú yìí kúrò. A ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n tẹ̀ ṣe máa ń sọ ń sìn bí yẹ̀yẹ́ bí àpárá. Wọ́n ní ayé ìgbà kan ṣe náà gbé ọkọ̀ wá láti ilẹ̀ wọn lọ́hùn-ún tó wá mú àsìndá ní ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà. Àwọn náà gbé ọkọ̀ wá, náà gbé gbogbo àwọn wá mú àsìndá Áfíríkà. Pé ṣùgbọ́n ìsinyìí, àwa fúnra wọn tẹ̀ là ń gbé ọkọ̀ tá à ń ẹ máa mú àsìndá ẹ̀wù, ẹ máa mú alẹ́rú sìn. Mo ní ìgbà pé ìjókòó wa yìí, a ní láti àwọn ìbéèrè tá a máa béèrè náà ló máa tọ́nà sí gbogbo àwọn area tá a máa wò. Kí ni àwọn problem ta ní gan? Kí ni ìṣòro ta ní?
Thank you.
Ẹrú ta wà, ṣáwà lóko ẹrú òótọ́, ọ̀nà àbáyọ wo ló wà fún wa ká lè fi jáde lóko ẹrú? Màá fẹ́ káwọn ó dà náà káwọn kan fún wa ní more contribution. Ẹ ṣé.
Thank you. Ẹ ṣé gan. I would like to ask my brother the same question. Amotekun, or Samson Adeyemo. Ṣé ẹ fẹ́ kí n tún question yẹn kà àbí ẹ kọ sílẹ̀?
No, we need one slight, could slide. My surname is Ademoye.
Ademoye, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, you get a bottle of champagne for that, for correcting me.
I'll hold you to it. I will hold you to it. Emma mommy, the other side of me, Emma mom.
Thanks.
For the witness. Màá kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú pé kí n draw nǹkan kúrò nínú culture wa, language wa, proverbs wa. Wọ́n máa ń ní alátiṣe ní màtíṣe ara ẹ̀. Ìdí wa ti bàjẹ́ one. Ó dà yẹn pé second coming lélẹ́yìí. Now, unfortunately for wa, èmi ń rí the same coloration nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ years ago, say 1885 or 1884, whenever, such a Berlin conference, on divide wa. This is the same thing. And what we will find is what Makuni. Now, outside influence, at all. Influence no budget the Middle East new, budget the Arab world new, budget the West new, budget the East new. Unfortunately, I want to just establish Bashima develop within the confines of West Africa. It actually change ECOWAS, enrichment cooperation of West African leaders, because after so many years, not to establish one, killing cost battle, so that one fend of Bubu our influence are need. Because see Wagner in Africa, 15 states, 15 nations, not the one. And in Putin just recently in Putin just my help. They are trying to drag us into their own war. So, my father, if Alatishi Lumama Kiarai, Awala Murawa, at least we must take the first few steps. Because we are put in a situation to get we will become equal partners, one way or the other. So, outside our Koloma resolve problem, our Kurawalama resolve problem. But unless you are savvy, unless you are physical, until then, Amasorawa, ni Africa, excuse my language, prostitutes. Nibati West Shibubu nonsense from my shiton toti kuwa ntiwa. China not equal, no. Russia not equal. And before you know it, I won't come at this way. I'm going to my Russian language. Okay, because put into mention it already. For more mention. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. Egunla, I'd like to ask Dr. Oyefule to give an insight to the same question.
No, necessary.
All right. Okay, sir.
Well, àwọn òṣìwájú mi ti sọ dáadáa. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní sọ tán, bẹ̀ wọ́n sọ in both aspects tèmi ìbá ti fi mú. Metaphysical aspect ni Prince Adéẹ̀kọ́ fi mú. Reality on the ground ni Mr. Ademoye. So me, champagne, no. No, Fimu. You know me there. Bao méjèèjì. One low approaches here. Èmi máa lo approach kan tó similar sí ti àwọn méjèèjì. But in the it's neither could belong to answer to either of them give, but or similar. Chemo, agbedo wo ni pé òyìnbó hate wa. òyìnbó hate wa. Kí ni psychodynamic reason tí òyìnbó fi hate wa? Àwa la rule the world before. We all know that. We all know that. But ó ti bọ́ sọ́dọ̀ wọn sí. Ṣùgbọ́n Professor mi kan báyìí in 1976, January or February 76, ni Dr. Wilson obìnrin ni to come up with the concept tó ń pè ní apologize so beautiful black lady, one of them classic lady, ó pè ní motherfucker complex. Mo fẹ́ kí everybody lọ Google Frances Frances Wilson Welsing Wilson. She taught me psychiatry, introduction to psychiatry in 1976, but in my first year of medical school. Ó ní pé kí n dé tí òyìnbó fi hate wa. Òyìnbó ní àwa dúdú a ní kíní kan tí òyìnbó ò ní. Kíní yẹn ni black skin color, melanin. The inability of the Caucasian, according to Dr. Wilson, their inability to make melanin gives them an inferiority complex. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní England ẹ mọ̀ kíní yìí dáadáa. Tí òyìnbó márùn-ún mẹ́fà bá wà ní conference, tí èèyàn dúdú kan bá wọlé, ẹ wo reaction wọn. It's an instantaneous reaction of fear. Ẹ wò wọ́n dáadáa. Wọ́n ti master expression of that fear and see you want to show the anger. What are you doing here? What's he doing there? It is instinctive. They see us as different from them.
Really?
Those of you in surgical specialties, among 22 of us, if you're looking for a heart transplant, heart márùn bá wà ńlẹ̀, márùn ìkan nínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ dúdú, ẹ wo heart tí gbogbo wọn máa wá, tí gbogbo òyìnbó máa fẹ́ kàn fi sínú ara wọn. They want the black heart. They want, of course, I've witnessed this many times. They want the black kidney. So àwọn èèyàn wa tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn lórúkọ òyìnbó, tó fẹ́ di òyìnbó, tó ń bleach, tó fẹ́ di funfun, mo kàn ń wò wọ́n ni pé see how ignorant we are. Bethune ló ní pé if I could let these people know they're slaves, I would free 1,000 of them. Àbí òǹkọ́? Àwọn èèyàn wọ̀ ò mọ̀ pé àwọn sell ara wọn sí inú slavery by wanting to be white. How can somebody who is up here want to be down here?
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. The Western culture wanted technology. I will never talk against the technology. For all we know, probably the best on this planet, the best we have ever known on Earth. Ṣùgbọ́n this high technology plus the high intellect tó fi ṣe, all belong to a people who have an innate inferiority complex about themselves. So, will these same people come and help us in Africa? Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. He has a built-in inner need to destroy you. Mi ní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ òyìnbó sílé kẹ́ lé ìyàwó yín jáde o. Mi dẹ̀ ní pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní òyìnbó good friends kẹ́ lé wọn jáde o. All my white friends here, mo máa ń fi wọn ṣe yẹn ni pé níjọ́ tó ń bá agree kí ẹ slave wọn máa mú wọn lọ sí Africa kó lọ sí oko grandfather àbí kó lọ ṣe kókó ńbẹ̀. So we must understand that these highly technologicalized people, probably in the history of the world, prior to this one, we don't know that. But in this world we know, in this epoch we know, these guys have proven to be the most technologically advanced, but they have an innate inferiority complex towards us. Well, Francis Wilson called it, like I said, the motherfucker complex, inability to make melanin. And that's why they spend $2 billion, $2 billion every year, America and B, to get a tan. They all want a tan. They want all to be like all of you. So are they coming to help us? I don't think so.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. My attention was drawn to a video, and I want us to just see the video and think about what Dr. Fuller just said. And this is without obviously resorting to general instant generalization, given the fact that for every general rule, there will always be exceptions. So please watch this video and ponder on it.
And it's a very narrow perspective.
Can you see the video?
It's not
a perspective. Yes.
It's a real fact. Do you care about the starving millions of African people in this country? Do you care about the farm workers who are being oppressed in this country? Do you care about the fact... Don't interrupt me. I've finished. Thank you. Bye. Take where the shit. Bye. Okay. And you won't dare.
Mr. Visachi,
you won't dare interrupting me once more. Take away this man.
Thank you very much. Touch me, and you'll be in trouble. Touch me on my studio.
You touched me.
Touch me on my studio. Touch me on my studio.
You touched me.
And
take away his arm.
Touch me on my studio.
Take away his arm from me.
Touch me on my studio. Touch me on my studio.
I touch you on your studio.
Touch me on my studio.
I touch you on your studio.
You don't do that.
Yo, don't touch him.
Wait. Let's just go out. Yeah, let's go out.
I am not finished with you.
Mr. Visachi, stop threatening this woman, Mr. Visachi. I'm telling you, stop it now. Would you stop it now, Mr. Visachi?
I won't stop it. You try to stop me.
Mr. Visachi, why are you threatening this poor woman? What has she done to you? She's expressing her views.
She's talking about the capitalist whites. Why do you think they...
Our leaders.
Thank you. That's just food for thought.
Yeah.
And, we shall continue with the deliberation. 1 minute, please. Just one of these. Yeah, sorry. I might be. So the question to February Nisi, it's about, let me just ask the question the way it was written. The question says, should Africans continue to collect foreign aids on the basis that our citizens are poor? After all, it is said that necessity is the mother of invention. Now, the question is, should Africa, in view of what was enunciated earlier, should African nations continue to collect aids? Isn't necessity the mother of inventions? There are most of the things is so necessary can collect. I want grains. I don't want to lead panelists, but I will ask. Let me start from our brother Amocheko. What's your view? Should Africa continue to take aid?
Africa is not actually collecting aid.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, what is making attitude Emmanuel Macron is seeing, you can tell they won't behave when you say boleni.
That is a fact.
Now, interestingly, in Kokowati, my so
Jacques Chirac.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Basically, they've been using Africa. Now, that's no good. As it is this thing, Niger Republic, other than 15% of uranium in France and back. Imagine part of one non-back. America no, ship the Niger. There's a war going on between these people. Dele Paro look at me of me, don't die in their war. They are not giving us any aid. I need lucky paradigm shift in such a way to just we have to force, we have to push, we have to find a way to manipulate our leaders to serve us. Because we have more than enough. That is help the whole of Africa. What we can get from Niger Republic, what we can get from Nigeria, what we can get from Ghana, what we can get from Mali and all of that is enough to sustain the whole of Africa. And they know that. But actually not Sonic Gaddafi and all of that. We know the reality now. Gaddafi was trying to emancipate Africa.
Yep.
And they took him out. So I can limit the answer and see or Africa for limited by right from the beginning, last year, Patrice Lumumba, till any Africa colonies new job now, interference. Africa needs to find a way to make itself independent and stop letting somebody give you a piece of paper or another broad kind of rhetoric as if we need independence. Africa needs to find a way to sustain itself because we have the potential. In fact, it is potential, it is real. So, once the next step will get here.
Thank you very much. Eshego, inú mi dùn fún èsì tẹ́ fún wa. Mo fẹ́ briefly kí for those wọ́n ní méjì nílẹ̀kùn tí ò bá ti síta á ti sínú ilé. Your answer is African perspective. It's excellent. It's excellent. Until maybe a couple of years ago, I mean, very early decades now, I didn't realize that African history on slavery has a different perspective that the West Indians believe. Oh, you sold your brothers. And ibi tó kọjú sẹ́nìkan ẹ̀yìn ló kọ sẹ́lòmíì. Age tá ń gbà yẹn, lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí, some of them actually believe Russia give some grains to a nation in Africa. Lọ́dọ̀ wọn, àwa mọ̀ pé owó àbúrò fi ṣàbúrò àlejò. But to them and the rest of the world and a lot of our people, age ni. And the reason to feature age ni pé even owó tá a yá lọ́wọ́ wọn, when Obasanjo was in power, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? IMF, mi ò rẹ́ni tó ń lówó tó tún yáwó rí, but Nigeria did it with interest. Most of us remember that. And we're talking of a nation who wants to give loan to United Kingdom, Britain, during the war effort, interest-free loan. Our then to yawo. Timbani 1 million, Timbani 2 million, Timoni the 1 million. There's no reason for me to borrow it.
Then
Came money. So perspective and mo fẹ́ ká sọ fáwọn èèyàn ká diffuse tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n á mọ̀ wípé lọ́dọ̀ wa mindset a gbọ́dọ̀ ní leléyìí o. Bóyá owó yẹn máa jẹ́ àyà àsán ni o. Or ká find a way tó jẹ́ wípé olè tó bọ́ sílé ẹni tó ṣe kíkì ẹ̀ kó tún kẹyọ kan. Over to you, Dr. Yefule, ẹ bá wa yànnà náà.
Well, Africa has never been given AIDS. Nǹkan táwọn pè nìyẹn. And like you said, ilẹ̀kùn ibi méjì ilẹ̀kùn à ń ṣí sí iwájú ọ̀kọ́ ṣí sẹ́yìn. Ibi tó ń ṣí sí wọn tó pé wọn ni pé we are giving Africa AIDS. And some of us Africans that were sophisticated enough are echo nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n fún wa ní AIDS. But look at it very well. AIDS will not fún Niger ìgbà tí wọ́n ra uranium wọn ní 10% of the going cost. Nǹkan tó yẹ kó jẹ́ 100 naira, wọ́n rà ní 10 naira. Further down the road, ìgbà tí ebi dẹ̀ ń pa àwọn èèyàn, wọ́n á fún wọn ní 5 naira lé lórí pé 5 naira yẹn ní aid. Ibo ni ta ló mọ́gbọ́n ká fi ẹran sẹ́nu ká wá tì, except we Africans nìkan la mọ̀. So there's never been a single aid given to Africa by the European American world since after colonization. Owó wa náà fún wa padà. Finally, tẹ́ bá wo àwọn 11 agreements tí France signed pẹ̀lú àwọn francophone countries. I'm sure ó ti ń trend on the internet over the past few days, few weeks actually. Tebaka, you will all be so shocked. You will all be so shocked. So, we've never received any aid from them, but on the contrary, they have used deceit, unethical practices, outright daylight robbery to rob Africa. So again, there's never been any aid from any of the European American countries.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. In a nutshell, again, I would call on my brother, Prince Adieko, to have your say on this matter. Thank you.
Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ gidi fún lọ́wọ́ Mr. Yefule táwọn tán int mi because wọ́n ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ I actually have the 11 agreements tí France tán mí pẹ̀lú àwọn African nations, and when we look at the content of this agreement ó yẹ ká tẹ̀ bìrì pé ṣé wọ́n kàn impose fún wa ni àbí àwọn leader wa kan sign where you confiscate 85% of the national reserve and they do ní access sí tó wá fẹ́ yá owó wọ́n tún máa ní àwọn yá ẹni o nínú owó wọn tó kó tán do size ọ̀dọ̀ wọn o. Then natural resources say France ní òun ní the first refusal òun ló gbọ́ kọ́kọ́ gbà tó ronú ẹlòmíì tó tẹ̀ sí pé wọ́n fẹ́ rà bí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe anything òun náà láti ṣe sọ nígbà tí wọ́n bá rà kó tó fẹ́ ní 10% value kó tó fẹ́ rà báwo ló ti fẹ́ kó wọ̀ fún ara ẹ̀ ṣoríire. So wọ́n tún ní ṣé nìjì náà ni officer tó ní pé there's what they call double tax, that is French citizen they don't pay tax ní Burkina Faso because they are French citizen and their companies wọ́n ní sọ pé wọ́n ti san tax ní France so wọ́n tún gbọ́dọ̀ san tax ní Burkina Faso. The military guy tó ṣe take over sọ pé yẹn ti dófo láyé kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹ wà ní Burkina Faso ẹ ń jẹun Burkina Faso ẹ ń kó national resources Burkina Faso and you are not paying any tax. Báwo ni irú country bẹ́ẹ̀ bá lè fẹ́ gbórí sókè, bá lè fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́, bá lè fẹ́ ní ìṣerere. I don't want to go on and to gbogbo àwọn details yẹn, but ọjọ́ tí mo kọ́ mo jókòó mo ní, who in his right senses ever sat down, which leader ever sat down and signed this? At one point impose ẹ̀ lé wa lórí. Mind you, the same thing ṣe ní àwọn tó wà under British now. It's still on record today that the British has the highest or the biggest gold reserve. Bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ kò sí gold ní ọ̀dọ̀ wọn, mo náà ti rí, ọ̀tá náà ti rà. And that is why àti pé ọkàn wọn balẹ̀ la. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ní sákò lórí dọ́là kìíní, gold yẹn náà fi máa back pounds sterling wọn. And that is why they existed from they had Brexit. Because wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa share pounds influence ní wọn ní control lórí influence yẹn tí wọ́n ti bọ́ sórí euro. So we have nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé a ní láti rí mọ̀ pé irú ìgbèkùn la wà. What kind of slavery are we? What are the terms of economic policy or terms of trade? Táwa gan tá jẹ́ táwa Nàìjíríà lè ní tá àtẹ̀wé kó exist. Because Akumari and conglomerate wọn, Akumari and company wọn tó ń wá sí Africa tó wọ́n establish. Under what condition are they operating in Nigeria? How much of our money, of our resources, no kó lọ? Ademo pé divide and rule no ṣe. Nigeria they never projected or planned Nigeria to be a successful nation. So then she jẹ́ kí structure kó wà so skilled. So jẹ́ pé àwọn tó ń da málà, tó ń da màálù, àwọn ṣe olórí yín dọ̀la. So it's a very crazy system. But I think we are starting right by even recognizing the fact that Ebola, where did we get it wrong? Because if I identify a problem or that we need to ask the right question for us to provide a sustainable and an efficient solution. So we're starting right. But òótọ́ bẹ̀ ni pé wọn ò fún wa ní aid kankan. Bí àwọn brother mi Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ṣe sọ, owó àbù náà fi ń ṣàbúlálejò. And àwọn brother mi kúrò yóò fúnlẹ̀ náà. They are not helping us in any way. Rather, wọ́n gbé yìí, wọ́n fi 5-6 inches, wọ́n fi ń gbé omi jáde lọ́dọ̀ wa, wọ́n wá ń fi 1/2 inch, wọ́n wá fi ń pinlé wa lọ́wọ́. Bí resources wa ṣe ń jáde nìyẹn. Wọ́n fi 6 or 10 inches pipe, wọ́n fi siphon the natural resources wa, wọ́n wá fi tap 1/2 inch, wọ́n wá ń ṣílé wa lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Ẹ máa abọ́ yín dà, kẹ́ máa gbà sí. So it's so unfortunate, but mo mọ̀ pé a ṣe ń lọ àbẹ̀sí máa sọ nípa solution. Ẹ ṣe ṣùgbọ́n wọn fún wa ní èdè owó àbùnà fi ń ṣàbúlálejò.
Thank you very much. And MIT lọ, èyí náà ni máa bèrè question lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. When we started the deliberation, we spoke about that the things done to Africa could not have been done without the connivance of Africans, specifically the leaders. Now, what do you think should be an appropriate sanction for any African leader that misrule his or our people, thereby underdeveloping our nations? What do you think should be the sanction for such leaders?
First and foremost, what you don't have, you can't give. What do I mean? Are the African in control of Africa? Because you are not getting the right leaders. In some cases, it is not in all situations near art if you install the right leader. But we have an external hand that will always, probe into it, upturn things, and even when you choose the right leader, they will so much they will pull down that leader, as long as it's fighting for the interests of the common man, common Africans. The kind of leader UK, US, and colonial masters will support today is the leader that is ready to sell us for porridge, for peanuts. And that is why they would rather work with leaders who they have a lot of cockroaches in their cupboard. So that one go, I'm making a little work on the deserve. we see that you are a visionary leader. When it's annual, I don't know what you want. Already at Italy, already at Tapam big man, so at someone at one. And so one build the lower. To borrow live on what is happening now. One no Tribuna, one of America, and fair record education at criminal kidney. One know, say you will use anything until the year 35, I will chat something at the beginning of the month. But right now, it's one bed, it's time for one bed here. So the question is, do we even have the power to sanction any leader? And it's just that we have not woken up to that responsibility. Right now, we take in whoever they impose on us, and then we go by it. And then they use the machinery to one leg, be it military, be it police, be it whatever, to harass the masses. And then I know the two realize let us push on. We are not master saying. So automatically Koroba agolomik tó fi ń jọgà ìlú wa lórí ṣé náà ni àṣà àti ẹtìkù àti máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn ni ní nǹkan tó yẹ pé ọ̀rọ̀ wa tó ń jí ìran wọn mẹ́wàá ògùn kò lè ná tán. So the divide and rule system tá a ti jọ gbé sílẹ̀ láfíríkà òun ló ń jẹ́ kó jẹ́ pé àti get it right nípa tó ọrọ̀ ajé nípa self governance ṣùgbọ́n náà làwọn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation yìí tó bá jẹ́ pé ìjókòó yìí ìyànjú ìjókòó yìí tẹ́ ń wò pé no this our dream to have a Yorùbá nation must not die. Ọ̀pọ̀ ti give pé ẹ wò ẹ jẹ́ ká gbàgbé it's not possible. But nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. Right now we have the economy is terribly bad. The economic situation is everybody is just hanging on. Mo lọ sọ́dọ̀ yẹn colonial wọ́n àti owó point might increase by next week àbí by next month. Mo ní right now we don't even know tabati sùn nǹkan tabati làbá. But the situation is so bad that the average Africans or the common man on the streets or those who matter are not in control of choosing their leader or even calling their leaders to order. And as long as we continue to have that situation, definitely nobody can hold them accountable or sanction them for selling our people to, second-degree slavery. So, there must be this self-realization of who we are and what power we have, and the channeling to how can I use that to bring about the necessary change we desire. So, imagine jump gone. Contribution.
Thank you, Eshegon Prince. I want to take us down the memory lane. Tom Shakara, Patrick Lubumba, Steve Biko, Nelson Mandela, and Martin Luther King, and so many others. And one thing I believe is common amongst all of them, they were resolute. And there would have been attempt to compromise them. Yoruba would say Ikuya Jesinlo. Because they were resolute and they believe that the cause of emancipation is something they can lay down their life for. So the issue here before us is I want to connect with you. What we are seeing in this what do you call it, the uprising, the coup d'etat, we don't encourage any illegality by any means, is that it appears as if they're speaking the minds of the people. This happened in Niger, but the language seems to represent what Thomas Sankara did in Burkina Faso. And we seem to have forgotten Gaddafi, what he did, the accusation and so many things leveled against him. And we have a sister, I've forgotten her name now, is it Arikana, who spoke extensively. They couldn't handle that virtuous woman. They kicked her out, but they haven't been able to silence her. In view of that, she had a choice. Most of these people had a choice. If we now see those who are deliberately killing Africa, sending Africa into second slavery, don't we have any power at all as people? Or should it be about what they did? We know what they did and what they are doing and what they will continue to do. But as of today, what can Africans do to stop such leaders? That's the question. Let me go to Amoteku to please give us an answer. Thank you.
The question is like, what can we do? Unfortunately, it's going to take a procedure to get Wilmawa drawn out. Even woman like that, you will in the constitution as just a piece of paper, a book. If you don't find a way to let the people understand what their fundamental human right is and what their civil rights are, constitution means nothing. And these are the problems we are having in Africa generally. Because the people are not in the know. So I found more responsibility, rights. There will be no need for a military junta, but now take over. But unfortunately, our behind when it comes to that social evolution or even political evolution. So our problems were what can we do? And like to way to just play manipulate our in a benevolent way. Let's educate one. We Ọlọ́run ló ṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀ ó wáyé wá jìyà. While tí ẹ tó ń ṣàn fún wàrà àti oyin oní cost níbẹ̀. See anybody with any right láti cheat it out of. But that is a long process. But ẹ jẹ́ ká wo Yoruba nation, for instance, our focus on that salient point. We pay, listen, Omo, o leto o. Èmi náà leto. Nínú nǹkan bá ń pè ní democracy, lédè Yorùbá, orí òjò náà pé. If we can get that into the mind of our people, nǹkan máa yàtọ̀. Then it's so easy láti eradicate the military junta. Then it's easy to control, to create a circuit ní gbogbo kìíní. Governance, especially in the democratic setting, is a circuit. It's not a case where any come a lord over any form. There's this principle of check and balance. Arab, they have a part to play. But our people are not in the know. For instance, how many of us have actually seen that structure work where we have the opportunity last week and we have a town hall meeting. Last if it demands one representative one. A big key representative one. This is what the whole idea of democracy is about. Until you empower the people, until the people know, until this idea of hero worshiping through, until grandmother Miluman Korean, and I think I turned probably 40, 45 and that kind of thing. One ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ láàrin wa o ilé ayé ìyá ríra wa. It became very poignant to me. So I need láti wá bá ṣe máa ṣe tó yẹ pé láti force paradigm shift yẹn. We need to educate our people. We need to tell our people that for you to have self-determination on a national context, in a national context, you have to have self-determination in your own mind. We need to emancipate the minds of our people so that my easy for us to man, what she done, no she died. Me Nikoma low, bowly low, emote me Nikoma ni agbara. Me Nikoma elected, but automatically elected, okay, what's that meaning? These are the kind of principles that we need to imbibe in our people, and there's a exigency come one bit. Some of us is a deal for one way or the other. We will find out what I said after on last week. Social media, bushi jek bani, low jek pani. If you see Yoruba nation, low by social media pani. But we need to turn that around. Kodi bani. So educating the people and doing it fast, it has to be a crash course. Only the first thing that need latitude. Because without the backing of the people, on a nonsense here on with our leaders West Africa to get a cohort how to maintain them. I have the belief because Tinubu is only doing what he's doing at the moment to remain in power. Let's make it difficult for any military junta, whether it's backed by the North or backed by the South, King of Leshele. So the emancipation of the mind of the people is one of the paramount things that need that issue. And Osheshi, about focus.
Thank you very much. Osheshi, we shall know the truth and the truth shall set us free. And is the reason why every home during the Western region need gramophone, rediffusion rather. Yeah. Baba ensure that. And Kato Bosi Abalami, mo fẹ́ kí Dr. Yefule kan our fi ohùn sí ìbéèrè yẹn. Ṣé fẹ́ kí n tún béèrè àbí?
No, kò necessary.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Amotekun ti sọ dáadáa. Hero worshipping, non-democratic form of behavior, inability to hold a town council and make sure our politicians are held accountable to those town councils. Sherry Gogo and many more are all symptoms on Kontari. These are all symptoms. Medical analogy, a fever, for instance, or only headache. You only might treat fever, you come treat headache. But your balance etiology, unkoto course. Okay, my waste time, any. I mean, so again, what the etiology is now, but I give examples. In 1960, wọ́n pa Lumumba, àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. In 1963, wọ́n pa Olympio, Sylvanus Olympio ní Togo. Further down, wọ́n displaced Nkrumah. Eventually, Nkrumah died. Awolowo, the best president Nigeria never had, who could have taken us places the way he took Western region. Joe Debe. Share our trends. I hope these things are making, I'm trying to draw a trend, describe a trend. Now, let's go back to China in 1949. China and the Cultural Revolution. One more to cause problem. They closed off their border. They did what they needed to do. Some of them brutal. By the time to China in 2003, I was in China in Beijing, this other large town in China. And in 2003, I was there for about 3 weeks. Wonderful conference. What I found out, one end of the street, Mari high rises. On the other side of the street, Mari on shackles. One day, I will not go in shackles, I will not go in high rises here. Ni our Chinese friend, Mr.
Shanghai.
Hello.
Shanghai.
Shanghai. God bless you. God bless you, my brother. Shanghai. So, lots of me ni Ramshaku everybody in Betele. I did when I came here last year, they were not there. One high rise, I'm talking about hundreds, at least a minimum of 100 on a major street. Street about 5-6 miles long. Near high rises, you are. When I want to be in Ramshaku to one better, want to move one to see high rise near another section of town. So I want to one in Ramshaku Timuri, I know my most new place, and that was China to 1949, one road JJ. 1949, one Rio JJ. But within 52 years, they were able to do all those things that I personally saw. So they walk down of their country. I want to move opium war. Lost China, tele one John Walemo, one fun like Ni Africa, on the other hand, I want to move equivalent of opium war. Was Africa? Equivalent more so. Once she one bear $50 until Mali. A world cultural revolution of 1949, a world Mali revolution, yo. I might draw similarity between our community. Mali, Ibatoya, Burkina Faso, Ibatoya, Niger. Mo ma ti tún gbọ́ tán ní pé bóyá Guinea ló fẹ́ join one sí. Ọ̀pọ̀ mà ní fọ́lọ́hun. Kọ́lọ̀ Elédùmarè máa fún àwọn 4 countries tí kọ́lọ̀ Elédùmarè kó máa fún wọn ṣe lórúkọ Africa lórúkọ àwọn ọmọ wa níwájú. Where I'm going ni pé unless you kill the malaria parasite to one in red blood cell, that headache and fever, you're just playing with it. Because about lower but non-steroid anti-inflammatory. I want your Tylenol, your kidney. Teba lower fever ye. Alo le die. I want plasmodium parasite. It's one in red blood cells. Yanko killer ko ma ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn teba you walk kúrò. Wọ́n ma tún gbé sókè again ni. Chinese revolution, cultural revolution of 1949 put a stop to it in China. And we now know what China is today. Ṣé nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn mẹ́rin ní West Africa yìí máa ṣe nìyẹn? A máa gbọ́dọ̀ fi àdúrà ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. We must. Tá a bá fẹ́ kí ẹ̀yà wa parun, if you don't want our tribe to die off, by tribe I mean our African tribe, tá a bá fẹ́ kó die off, what does it die off? Bí wọ́n ní pé 1.5 billion ló wà ní Africa. When they don't feel lower, I see half a billion.
Ben.
In your today, they last Thursday, she saw for me 7 out of Prince Joababi Woboya or Tony Lee. 6 to 7 out of our girls in Lagos are HIV positive. They are HIV positive. I didn't go in South Africa just only about 20 years ago. There was this bastard born in everlasting fire. I don't believe in hell, but a special hell would be created for this white guy to launch shoot away. Go on treat one clinic, go then shoot one HIV serum. Making a concerted effort to kill our people off. So unless about recognize when got on shiwa gone here, our town hall our non-democratic thinking autonomy, but symptoms not yet. We have to go back and recognize what's really causing all these things. And here for giants of Africa, giants, little Niger won't giant Burkina Faso, giant. If those 4 giants of Africa Tomba succeed, I'm a pewa. But 50 years from now, ni high rises, Sumawa, ni Burkina Faso, no from one place to the other. So we need to think about this very well. I think you muted yourself, Barrister.
Thank you very much. Moni Kato tẹ̀síwájú, mo fẹ́ sọ pé meeting tá a ṣe lénìí, ṣe mọ̀ pé normally 6 o'clock la máa ń ṣe tán. Because this is very, very important, and we're dealing with issues that we may never revisit. So a máa ṣe díẹ̀ ká tó ṣe tán lénìí. But ká tó lọ sí question kejì, ó dà yín pé ó tún ṣe pàtàkì ká tún gbọ́ ìkan nínú àwọn ìyá wa tí eléyìí kì í ṣe ESA tó jẹ́ pé òkodoro ọ̀rọ̀ náà sọ. Eléyìí ló jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé leaders ní choice to connive or to say the truth. We grew up hearing the word say the truth and let the devil be ashamed. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tí ìyá wa sọ ká tó tẹ̀síwájú. Thank you.
And nothing but the truth. France remains as a member of our people must know the truth and nothing but the truth. France remains as a member of the UN Security Council, and yet France today remains one of the biggest perpetrators of human rights violations in Africa. And everybody is giving it, the world is giving it a blind eye. United Nations. It is a body that's supposed to be the watchdog for human rights violations. France remains the biggest risk to peace and security in Africa today, and nobody is talking about it. France did something absolutely deplorable. Made the former colonies, because they still are colonized, sign a document which they called the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. Dig this. On one hand, we're giving you your independence, but on the other hand, sign this document that you are agreeing to continue to be colonized. So 2 countries said, no way, Jose, we aren't doing this. Guinea and Mali. The French could not understand it. How could an African country dare not want to be affiliated with France? So in their anger, history tells us that they went into those 2 countries, took everything that they thought they had brought, proceeded to pour concrete into the sewage pipes, completely devastating the 2 economies. This was also done as a way of letting the other countries know that should you refuse to sign this document, this is the fate that awaits you. So the rest of the countries signed the pact for the continuation of colonization remains in place. What is special about this? The pact for the continuation of colonization said, 1, you shall deposit 85% of your bank reserves with the French Central Bank under the control of the French Minister of Finance. The French government will take all your monies, collectively invest your monies in the French stock market under the French name. And you don't have to know what the returns are. Should you wish to access some of your money, keep in mind that countries are now left with only 15% of their reserves. You have to submit your country's financial report. And if approved, you get to access up to 20% of your deposits from the previous year as a loan at commercial interest rates. I'm going to repeat that. Should you want to access some of your own money, you have to submit your own country's financial report. And if approved, you get it as a loan at commercial interest rate. So you go from having a humongous credit with France to now owing France for borrowing your own money, a loan that you'll never be able to finish paying. They also said, all your minerals discovered and yet to be discovered, French companies have the first right of refusal. You go to those countries today, all major contracts, French companies have the first right of refusal. The water supply, the power supply, the mining fixtures, the oil rigs, roads construction, airports, French companies have the first right of refusal. If anything is left, the people in your country may get it. They also said, your military can only be trained by France. You can only purchase military equipment from France. France shall have military presence in your country and can invade your country without notice if France feels that her interests in your country are being violated. In the past many years, we've had 67 coups in Africa out of 26 countries. Of the 26 countries, the coups, 16 coups, 16 countries were former French colonies. To date, 22 African leaders were assassinated during a coup, documented all of them. France was behind it. Simply because France felt they were quote unquote threatening French interests. Countries are still depositing their funds to France, do's and don'ts as stipulated by the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. You have given up your financial resources. You have given up.
Yes, Emma Bino. Toba Taba Sheton, Opogon. Taba Shepaditon, Ali play for the benefit of those who want to say it till the end. And Eshigon. And Nibiti Aba already. Nibati brother wa Amotekun. Tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ǹkan, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa constitution. Constitution yẹn, ǹjẹ́ ẹ rò wípé ó máa jẹ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́? For example, let's use Nigerian constitution as an example. Tabatic immunity clause. Let's remove that so that irú àwọn leaders tabani, bóyá president ni gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n enjoy privilege and can remove it so that they will be able to face prosecution, even though I'm on party government. No one. So I will share only help. Let me ask Kimberly, Dr. Yefule, what will be the place of what do you call it, the constitution in making people who perpetrate illegality against those they're supposed to be protecting, life and property they're supposed to be protecting? What do you think? Do you think removing the constitutional immunity would help? Over to you, sir.
Sure, thank you. Kosirombe, might help significantly. Might help. But in addition to that, as I make sure ni pé ìgbà tí ó pé àwọn tí non-Nigerian powers ti fi síbẹ̀ ni, I make sure ni pé àwọn non-Nigerian powers yẹn wọ́n plan a kind of coup, not necessarily coup d'etat, couldn't necessarily junta from somewhere from the military. We just have to make sure they do not plan some type of coup against what we're doing. Because remember, it's in their interest for things to continue the way it is.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
It is in their primary interest. Immediately, France, like you return call, how about the many unwritten ones?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
So, to answer your question, yes, it will help significantly. Ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tún ṣe further ní pé ẹni tó bá tún rí tó bá jí owó òlu, ṣé Yorùbá ní pé ẹni bá ṣe ń di pẹpẹ á jẹ́ ń di pẹpẹ. Ǹjẹ́ tí màá mi sọ owó yẹn fún mi, I think I was only about 24, 25. Mo ní mọ́mì, ẹni bá ṣe ń di pẹpẹ á jẹ́ ń di pẹpẹ. Mo ní ṣùgbọ́n tí Ọlọ́run bá wà mà, pẹpẹ máa mú onítọ̀hún yẹn lọ́rùn ni. Pẹpẹ yẹn á di pẹpẹ gan. Pẹpẹ ni ibi tó ti ń preach o. But ó máa di pé kó mú lọ́rùn. So we need to do what China did. Me propose we can call Chinese language or Russian language. I'm not in support of imposing one master, taking away one master and put another one in. No, I'm not in support of that. Barely copying what I want. China for one death sentence now. Ojale, you face Ojale against the people. Then the people have the right to rise against you to give you the capital punishment. So TMBA Shele, first of all, our power that be, one prevent her from doing it. But if we were able to do it, we're not looking for 50 years. I give you a good 10 years. What you land
Thank you very much, sir. Prince Baradi, Emma Soro, laying Dr. Yufule. But before that time, I need to do this. There's a person, I don't know whether you're a woman or a man. You go by the name PKKA. Ejo, efoju yiran. Efoju egboju jade, kede so oruko yin gangan. Ìpàdé mọ̀lẹ́bí relé, ìpàdé ẹbí Yorùbá ni, ẹrójú àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀. A kì í ṣe eégún mọ́ ni èèyàn mọ́ níbí. Mo ti private chat yín. Tẹ́ bá find it difficult láti gbọ́ orúkọ yín jáde. Tẹ́ lè kọ orúkọ yín, tẹ́ lè bójú yín jáde. We will have to do what we don't enjoy doing, which is we will remove you from this platform. So any 60 seconds, please, as a mark of respect for the people who are here, and if ìlú, tẹ́ bá jọ̀rẹ́ ìlú, tẹ́ kì í ṣọ̀tá ìlú. Presently, your screen is black and you have your name as PKKA. I'm sure you can hear me. Tó bá lè jẹ́ pé fẹ́ respond, bóyá security agency tẹ́ bá ṣiṣẹ́ o, ẹ fi pé there may be a form of conflict of interest and you want to partake nínú orole bàbá èèyàn, torí à ń ṣe orole bàbá èèyàn lẹ́yìn èèyàn. Ẹ ti jẹ́ ká gbóhùn yín, tẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀, tẹ́ bá ṣe yẹn, we will be left with no option but to remove you. Òdodo àgbè wa kò ní gbé ọ̀dà rẹ̀. Èmi Ọlátayọ̀ Gèdègbé mi ò ní gbé mi ò ní dalẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ó dàbí pé a ní choice ju pé ká remove ẹni yìí lọ. Thank you. Prince, over to you.
Yeah, ṣé gan sir.
Thank you.
Mo kà á níbì kan wípé tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ tame erin lákàtàbú, wọ́n ní kékeré náà ti máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀. Wọ́n ní tí wọ́n bá ti mú erin, wọ́n á so chain sí lọ́rùn. Wọ́n á wá so chain yẹn mọ́ ìtàkùn igi stump. Erin á fà. A rí pé òun ò lè lọ síbi kankan. Nígbà tí ẹni bá dàgbà tó rí ìgbọ̀n tó jẹ́ pé tó wá fara kan ilé awó, bó jẹ́ ara plastic chair lásán náà kàn mú okùn sí ọrùn erin lọ́rùn tí wọ́n á súnmọ́ plastic chair kó tẹ̀ nífà. Torí pé wọ́n ti program ẹ̀ wípé òun ò lè bọ́ nínú oko ẹrú tó wà, òun ò lè jàjàbọ́ nínú okùn tó fi sóun lọ́rùn. Kẹ́rí, ká máa bára sọ̀tọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀. The current African system can hardly rise against its leaders. We have been tamed. We have been tamed, most especially religious related. No ọpọlọ tí wá ká lè fi jà. Ọlọ́run á jà fún wa. Ọlọ́run á gbàjà wa jà. The devil is a liar. It's not our portion. Jesus is this. Kìnìkan. Àwọn leader wa tó ń kó wa lẹ́rú, tó ń kó wa lọ sí Mecca, tó ń kó wa lọ sí Rome, tó ń kó wa lọ sí different camp. Àwọn gan àṣemáṣe tí wọ́n gan pọ̀. Ṣé àwọn náà fẹ́ kọ́ wa, wọ́n fẹ́ kọ́ wa bí a ṣe máa béèrè fún accountability. Bá ṣe máa béèrè fún the right leader, the right system, the right policy, the right what we deserve to have. No, it's not possible. We have been tamed and we are lame. We are very docile. And that's actually the purpose of religion anyway. And as long as you continue to take this path, Terry, èmi ò tí ì rí àwọn tó fẹ́ enforce the constitution pé leader kò tó bá ṣe kí ní ká ṣe nǹkan fún. China is what it is today because Big Brother, as you saw, is a communist country. Ọ̀rọ̀ pé kìnìkan and they were unstable sí West. So external influence kò really fẹ́ náà bilẹ̀. Àwọn tó tẹ̀ tó close máa jù àwọn ní díẹ̀, àwọn tẹ̀sí ní culture àti religion tí wọ́n tó ń preserve it. For Africa, how original we are, our originality is zero. We do zombies to everywhere, to Mecca, to Jerusalem, to religious camps, to everywhere. Got to say nìyẹn. Ṣáà la fẹ́ sọ pé a fẹ́ fi ìdánù wa, a fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ àkàtà bí ọ̀gẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba kan, àbí lọ́wọ́ leader kan. Ẹ wò àti ready. So the sensitization ìyẹn gan foundation. How do we turn things around? How do we give ourselves that self-realization, that self-consciousness of who we are and what we can do? And then we can now begin to plan how to implement it. How do we disseminate information? How do we do this? But right now, there's a divide and rule all over our lands. And those who are taking us to Mecca will take us to Mecca. And those who are taking us to Rome will take us to Rome. Those who are taking us to church camp will take us to church camp. And they will continue to pray for those in authority. Give unto Caesar what belongs to the Caesar. If they slap you on the right cheek, you turn to the left. So until we are able to stand on our own and give ourselves direction.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mo fẹ́ sáré kí ọkàn wa lè balẹ̀, kí inú wa lè dùn, káyọ̀ wa lè kú. Wípé nǹkan tí sísá wa arábìnrin Bímbọ́lá Marcus tí wọ́n kà nígbà tí wọ́n ka ìròyìn lérèfé fún wa ní pé Ọ̀yọ́ State House of Assembly wọ́n ti ṣe law tó allow fún ìṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀dé ní Yoruba land. And I think àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń fi ibi tí a ti sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní téèyàn bá ṣubú kò ní mọ bó ṣe máa tún ẹrù ẹ̀ dì. So the Yoruba Nation Global Directorate in that news actually exhort all the Yoruba states in Nigeria káwọn náà follow irú nǹkan báyẹn. With that, maybe self-awareness. A tún padà sí ọ̀dọ̀ wa. Mo máa pa question kan sí méjì. Máa sọ ọ̀kan ẹ méjèèjì máa sọ lẹ́yọ kan. Brother wa Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, ẹ̀yin ni mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bèrè torí nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ Once we've been tamed and had any system of government totally allow at the moment. So in view of that, number one, she agree with what you tame wa. Amocheko, ejo boju yin jade, ari oju yin. Thank you. That's fine. After so what are the impediments to true independence in African nations? Or why are African leaders continue to be puppets of the imperialists? Now, we need to consider also democracy, monarchical or military governance. Should the nature of government for African nation be decided? Shouldn't the nature of African government be decided by Africans, or should be such that we would be asked to adopt or face sanction? Thank you.
Half education in money. Gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ sọ sí yẹn, gbogbo grammar yìí, ó kàn borí mi kọjá ni, kò yé mi kan tẹ́ bí rárá.
Okay.
Àwọn òyìnbó yẹn lágbára, kí ló dé?
Okay. Tòótọ́, ẹ má bínú ṣe mọ̀ pé èmi abíjú olóòwe kan náà lájọ kà.
Irọ́ o, half education lèmi ní o, mo sọ̀rọ̀.
Ó yé mi bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sílé nígbà náà. Ṣé ǹjẹ́ orúkọ tá a bá máa sọ ọmọ wa sínú wa kọ́ ló yẹ kó wà? Ṣé kì í ṣe pé ilé ló yẹ ká wò tó sọmọ lórúkọ? Ìyẹn ni mo fi pé ṣókí ọbẹ̀ oge. Ṣé àwọn náà máa sọ orúkọ tá a máa jẹ́, bá a ṣe máa jẹ́, bá a ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ lo ilé ayé wa, a ti gba òmìnira ọbọ̀ báyìí lẹ ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ máa gbé. Tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ gbé bẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ ṣe bẹ̀, ìyà báyìí la máa fi jẹ yín o. So please, thank you.
Naturally, gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń pè ní constitution. Tí àwọn èèyàn tó bá draft ẹ̀, tá they agree lé lórí. These are the issues tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n wọ́n láti rí àwọn loophole yẹn in such a way tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa plug ẹ̀. Àti draw constitution is one of the simplest things téèyàn lè ṣe. Once téèyàn bá ti ní that kí ni mo lè pè infrastructure, that base kind of arrangement tó jẹ́ pé the science of inclusion ó deal pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. So people are not stupid. And tó fún wọn ní question tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò lè answer ní kó béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara ẹ̀ pé how did I present this question to these people? Àwọn èèyàn máa ń jáde wọn á sọ pé ọlọ̀tẹ̀ ní Yorùbá, kíní kan ní Yorùbá. I think I spent near enough to about I don't know 3-4 days ní week tí mo ń try láti work out wípé kíni ti ẹ̀ mean gan wípé ọlọ̀tẹ̀ ní Yorùbá. By the time they bá fi gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ all over the world, realize wípé the Yoruba are just as human as the Americans, as the English, as the Russian, and all of that. Everybody knows the peculiarities here. The problem is finding people who can manage it. I was talking earlier on. Close loop. In the old days, wọ́n gbìyànjú. Ọba kì í ṣe apàṣẹ wàá. Ó sì láwọn èèyàn tó yẹ kó máa jókòó tì í. Tó máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ o? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? First agreement yẹn pé kí gbogbo recognize the problem wa. The second line ni pé báwo la ṣe máa solve problem yẹn. The next line ni pé kí la fẹ́ achieve. Our leaders are not applying that philosophy at all. And if wọ́n ṣe apply ẹ̀ nítorí pé they are treating people as though they are stuck. Ni pé ẹ jẹ́ ká kó wọn sórí shelf tá a bá need wọn. the African mentality, leaders were, they are not interested in our human essence. In common interest, ni àtàǹpàkò wa. Your thumb, by non-interest in it. So they'll mess you about for 3 years and 9 months, and they're not looking at that human entity. Àtàǹpàkò yẹn kó wá fi tẹ umbrella, kó wá fi tẹ ìgbálẹ̀. But kì í ṣe false one. People need to sit down and understand I need to fight for, I will not say the worst person. I need to fight for Onitiri, for her right. I need to fight for the right of Ataidoku. I need to fight for the right of Showore. If I start that mentality with more fight for right away, regardless of a topic, I am obeying in control to natural law, but to have delved into constitutional law. So there was a time where one day that Suki Mole for more kini language one contradict right one human budget. Now because I didn't fight for Showore, because I didn't fight for Dasuki, because I didn't fight for whoever else, Talumari me in my fight Chief Sunday Taluma fight Muamotekin. This is the reason having so at this point because we need this mass education. Tell people just fight for your own self-determination now. Be in a position on a scale. Scale your mewa see by 100 people see by. What decide to write? It will talking on Jack. We'll find the language out like majoritarianism, something like that. If a good community, a man Jack, singular person, a man Jack, righteous ideology. Problem one thing is our people have not been served this ideology. I still serve one. Am I capable understand it? I still serve one. Somebody serve one. La mato realize it. La totally la ni right la to pay understand it. So any potential, any equipment, any human resource, any intelligence, but gbogbo ẹ wá sí kọ̀ọ̀kan tó jẹ́ kó máa radiate tó máa affect everybody. People it's easy to control people lórí òótọ́, lórí òdodo. When benevolence is there, tí ó ṣe pé èèyàn ṣe out of selfish need àbí malevolence, society ẹ máa succeed. Or at least steps in the right direction. I just can paint picture at the moment. So anybody will refute it, especially among you will refute it. And to the president at the moment, on the basis of Omoluabi, show the president one. And to get vice president at the moment, in view of the suspicion, we only Owo Ninu Boko Haram. Eje Kalosi Dapo Abiodun. Eje Kalosi Baja Biamila. There's so much around these people to get success only. So we have to go back to the fundamental. I like to go back to basics. Language in England at one point. Go back to basics. What do we need? We need sociology. We need psychology. We need philosophers. And more last way, I need psychiatrists. Because they ba wo àwọn èèyàn kan nǹkan tó ń jáde lẹ́nu wọn Dr. Oyekule sọ ọ̀rọ̀ kan earlier on lẹ́nìí, and it's a typical kind of ailment tó ń bá wa jà. Nígbà tẹ́nìkan jáde tán lẹ́nìkan kó jẹ tán media presenter lẹ́ni yìí wọ́n lẹ́nìkan kó jẹ wọ́n bàjà ó wá jáde ó ní ẹni tó bá ṣe ń di pẹpẹ á jẹ́ ń di pẹpẹ. That is one of the worst proverbs to hinder social development. There's another one, Amanso, and I think I was at my teens. Nobody can you have the problem for me? Can you make sense? One atowo lowo atowo eni kolo ma fi kankan won wa. That is one of the worst philosophies from Oluwadile follow. So the fact remains we need to focus on this mass education. And it has to be compressed. It has to be enforced. It has to be pushed. Antolomashi, our lamashi. Until Saba bears any conscience, until Saba bears any conviction, everything we do is just going to be like a waste. I repeat, Kini, that factor of social media. Anything for you and Ebora Bola Shoni. Social media, àwọn disrespect it. There's something to share like way. In fact, we share like way in the episode yesterday. At one point, they assumed Olurioko came out saying, but a referendum, blah, 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 blah. Over a period of 18 months, maybe 2 years, there was a change of mind. Now, leadership is about empowering people. Leadership is about sharing information. Leadership is about informing, especially in light of social media. Now, nobody adjustment day, reconsideration day, whatever happened, and I'm trying not to be cynical. It was a 13-page submission, whatever, perfectly. But you don't turn it into a circular. You don't turn it into a memo. One of the people who need the highest number of viewers on social media did not get that memo. Who answered the same thing. It was 2 years ago, but they still can't. It's so easy. What is the minor error? Minor error, marun, mewa, mejila, roman, total failure. But, Mosorio, me as a person, mo realize what mo wá sílé ayé wá ṣe. Kì í ṣe pé kí n wá kọ́lé, kì í ṣe pé kí n wá bímọ, kì í ṣe pé kí n wá fẹ́yàwó, kì í ṣe pé kí n wá pèsè àyè fáwọn tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn mi ni. Ọlọ́run ọba ògo nìkan ló mọ̀. Whoever we call Ọlọ́run ọba, whatever your belief is, ló mọ̀ reason tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n create gbogbo this conveyor belt tó jẹ́ pé a kàn ń kọ́ bridges, à ń kọ́ ilé, à ń ṣe nuclear weapon, à ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. What is the end game fún gbogbo kìíní? What is the end game? I don't know the end game. Mo dẹ̀ lè promise yín pé kò sí kankan wa tó mọ̀. But nǹkan tá a láti assume ni wípé let's make it easy for the people coming behind us. Because then God, nature, Eledumare, whatever you believe in, no matter decide you say, okay, ethically, we're not doing that. The Americans are doing things ready for 50 years. The British are doing things ready for the next 30 years. We are not doing that. So at the end of the day, I see that ideology ẹ má jẹ́ ká fi ogúnlẹ̀ fáwọn ọmọ wa ìyẹn war ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ogúnlẹ̀ fún wọn. It's not something that we've actually considered. And ẹ má fi ogúnlẹ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ wa. That's what we're doing at the moment. And how much does it take fún wa láti chat future wa? It just takes a few good men and women to sit down with honesty. So, can you do
No, it's a down question. I mean, you.
Okay,
Thank you very much. And T over JP in Kokowati miss. I'm sure put about bossy question and answer session. No, that's fine. See what Kafo law of him. I want to change bo Bukota or Jobon, so I want no money bear at the African. But to buy African ejo or reconi, Lema Tessie. Addedly, to buy Kabuasi Bangba Ashimbe. But to repeat, I can read your Musoloko. A jacking pay brother again, Prince Tunji Adeko. Only another program. The only of a lady, but we want to Walani Walini, Toma Uncle. So, she if a Fikun Conti, a Motekun so. Ni Nkotan so, Shoki, Lenko. Or mutual answer.
So, Eshegon, mo dúpẹ́ pé mo láǹfààní láti wà nínú ìjókòó yìí. And today, I'm trying to fashion out what is the way forward for Africa. Kò sí nǹkan tó ṣeé ṣe. That's the truth. Kò sí nǹkan tó ṣeé ṣe. But mo ti sọ earlier on, we need to properly identify kí ni àwọn nǹkan tó kojú ìjà sí wa ní àwọn ìṣòro tá ní, then ibo là ń lọ. Ọ̀pọ̀ ìgbà èèyàn máa ń wà ní wọ́n sọ pé you think outside the box, think outside the box. How many people are even aware that they are inside the box? And is that box, is it hindering their progress? And people are so used to that box. So to them, they are not even conscious of the fact that there's any world outside their box. So, information dissemination. What's the quality of that information we are disseminating? Because àwọn kan ti wà ní ipò kan, wọ́n ti kàwé, wọ́n ti jáde, wọ́n máa rò pé no, bí táwọn ọmọdé yẹn ibẹ̀ náà ní everything dé. So ó tẹ̀ máa dín bí kọ́ látẹ̀tí dé àgbà àwọn tí wọ́n ní contrary views kan gbà wọ́n láàyè. So bí mo ṣe sọ, we need to rightly identify the problem. Kí ló ń kọjú ìjà sí wa? Kí ni àwọn ìṣòro tó ń pè wá níjà ní Áfíríkà? Báwo la ṣe dìbì ta dé? Bó là ń lọ? Kò ń ṣe ìjókòó ọjọ́ ìní nìkan. Mo mọ̀ pé Elédùmarè tó ṣe tí ó rí àsìkò fi wà lénìí, ta fi mẹ́nu bà lénìí. Sí àsìkò ìbá tún tó, Èdùmàrè náà á tún ṣí wa níyè. Ká tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa rò ó. Maybe sábàjẹ́ máa pàdé yẹn, ọ̀nà àbáyọ la máa discuss. Because a ti ń wò pé yes, a ti identify pé a ní challenge, a ní kíní wọn kó wa lẹ́rú, wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Níbo lọ́nà àbáyọ gan-an? Kí la wá lè ṣe tá a bá fi kúrò nínú ìgbèkùn? kí la máa fi ṣe kí la lè fi ṣe tá lè fi gbé tá ló lè fi gbé orí sókè tó ń ṣe pé àwa adúláwọ̀ gan just like bí àwọn Mr. Ifule ti sọ ṣe pé àwọn òyìnbó gan sọ wọ́n ní respect fún wa ju bá ṣe ní respect fún ara wa because we don't know our worth. Àwa tún try láti copy wọn and try àti ilẹ̀ sábà wọn and try àti di kan àwọn dẹ̀rí wọ́n mọ̀ pé nǹkan ta ní lọ́wọ́ àti nǹkan ta jẹ́ nǹkan tó wúwo ni. So until we have that self-realization and that self-consciousness of who we are, ó máa ṣòro gan. Ṣùgbọ́n a sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ níbì kan identify àwọn challenges. How do we go forward? We need to deliberate greatly on that. And then, boy, as soon as I put àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ la máa gbé láti dey put together our thoughts, because ibi tó tún bàjẹ́ sí ibi tó bàjẹ́ sí lọ́rọ̀ tó wà lẹ́ni pé wọ́n ṣe pín wa yẹ́lẹyẹ̀lẹ tó with the divide and rule. Ọ̀pọ̀ wà tó jẹ́ pé they are just holding to their end of the stick. They are not even considering pé igi tí mo tẹ̀ mú lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ bó ló tẹ̀ bí tó kọjú sí ṣé bẹ̀ gan lọ́nà. Igi tí mo tẹ̀ mú lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ṣó tẹ̀ yẹ kó wà lọ́wọ́ mi gan pàápàá. Àbí ṣé igi gan ló yẹ kó wà lọ́wọ́ mi àbí igi mi. There are so many factors. There are so many things we need to think about before we could say, okay, we are coming together. And wọ́n sọ pé where there is no unity, we still got to achieve until majority of us or most of us are thinking together in a particular direction. We can hardly take any step, any positive step, because so it takes, but see about educate in the right direction to go, through proper information dissemination, social media, what have you. Yes, our leaders might go in a particular direction. That you reorientate our then our self-worth, they don't deserve to be there. And because once they get there, they are not accountable to us. They bought their way through. And external support, not only external influence, only not if we push around to that level. Not until we get to that level where it is almost impossible for anybody to impose, anybody would not want to impose himself. I don't see that happening in the concept of, even in the Nigerian concept as it is, because we are, we have been divided and we're not thinking the same direction. Value, I mean, find value. Get away with it. Minister, I want to combat, I want to budget you. So she fake drug, I want Igbo. At the end of the day, I don't know she could pa. So, because I don't believe anything is impossible. But I'm actually Elijah Akpero. Let's put all our put our brains together. Put different opinions, fashion how to disseminate the information and how to get majority to buy into our idea. That is when we can now say, okay, we are moving, we are developing a new nation, we are working towards a different goal, a higher goal, and then our self-actualization as a nation, as Black race, is going to be the numero uno, the number one, and we're not compromising on it. And we'll have a lay down rule. Not until the video about if we work against interest, take me off, kill me. If you don't have that commitment, we're not going anywhere. I agree with you. So I work against it. Do it for me. Not until we begin to have such selfless leaders whose self-interest will not blind them to suppress others just to preserve self-interest. Then, only when we have such quality leaders can we forge ahead. Right now, we want to see any direction. And I'm so sorry, I will not be able to continue with the program. But I will definitely be at the service.
Thank you very much. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Eshigo, Yoruba ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ kì í ṣe oníṣẹ́. Ẹni tó bá forí ti dópin, òun la ó gbàlà. Bíbélì ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, sorry. Àwọn bàbá wa náà ní wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ ní náà ń jó. Tó bá dóko, á bù yàyà. So ká ti bí ìṣáná kíyèsí ògùn. Iṣẹ́ yẹn náà ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin náà ẹ ti ń ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀ ni. Ìkúlé àgbọ̀ aṣọ fún tòkó. I'm glad that àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ sọ ó include parting words. So what I'm going to ask Dr. Yefule to also do will include expressing his parting words and Ejo, about so àwọn nǹkan tá a lè ṣe tó jẹ́ pé right now, unless and if we agree that the African nation is at the bottom within the League of Nations. Àwọn nǹkan wo lẹ́rù kó jẹ́ impediment gan? Maybe in chronological order to address it. How do we get out from where we currently find ourselves, and generally just express what admonitions you have, not just for Yoruba people, but for Africans all over the world who may come across this video. Over to you, sir.
Well, láti ọjọ́ tí mo ti gbọ́ pé there was a motherfucker complex in 1976. And it's well published in scientific papers. Láti ọjọ́ yẹn ló ti ń yà mí lẹ́nu. Now remember, I came from Lagos. 76 mo wà medical school, 5 years before mo wá sí America. Akamajo Fẹlá Akamagbáládùn àwọn obìnrin tó bá ti bleach yẹn náà fine jù. Those were the things I came from Lagos with. I'm not going to lie to you. Mo á rí pé there's life beyond all these ephemeral things. So what, Eurocentric? There's life beyond it. And there's life even before it. Tell you about people who are very interested in my Yoruba-ness. You know, some of us have learned about the Westerners. We've learned both the esoteric, the metaphysics, the sciences, various sciences. We've learned them all. And even Lara Wogomani, how do you know so much? So we've learned it and we've mastered it. And the more we master it, like so we went back to Baba Oshubo and people like him to learn. Like Baba Oshubo ni quantum mechanics on ni university and see. So when Leon woke boya ati go to buy. So I'm going to go back to the basic thing to so unless we are able to free ourselves from our colo mentality, there's no way we're going. On a more practical aspect of things, I want 4 giants to all Africa, 4 African giants, and I'm going to call them giants, not because the Niger landmass is bigger than Nigeria, because it's a population to Nigeria. But I'm going to call them the 4 emerging giants of Africa. As they succeed, I pray other Francophone countries join them. As those Francophone countries succeed, I pray that Anglophone countries join them. So we have to understand, 1, we're not inferior. Number 2, we have things to do for our people and for our children unborn. Kì í ṣe owó tá a bá acquire and see ló wà important bí ó ṣe what do we leave? Legacy will I leave for the children unborn. Nǹkan tó gbọ́dọ̀ wà lọ́kàn wa over and over and over again. And how do we achieve it? Our 4 giants, it start already. They just started. Kọ́lọ̀ máa dí wọn kù, kọ́lọ̀ máa gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn. If they succeed, we succeed in a way. Because we may have to emulate them also. Not to throw away the Britishers in Nigeria. No. To incorporate Britishers such that in our land, we are the masters of what we do. Where we are going to go as we go forward, we have to build our young intellectuals, have to help us build a new culture to evolve out of the morass, stagnancy that will take us forward. I'm not expecting a 70, 60-year-old man who all the 30, 20, 30, 40-year-olds, once you are pliable, come on board and help us move these things forward. Because it's not for us, we're not fighting for us. We're fighting for the children unborn. We're fighting for Africa. Kọ́lọ́n jẹ́ kí ìmọ́lẹ̀ yìí of these 4 giants, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó jẹ́ real ìmọ́lẹ̀, kó má jẹ́ mirage, kó jẹ́ real ìmọ́lẹ̀, so that Africa will follow and Africa will grow. Nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ ni Olútù.
Thank you very much. Ẹ ṣé gan. Àdúrà gidi ni ìtẹ́ ẹgbà yẹn. Kọ́lọ́n má jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mirage. Ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà ẹ máa ń sọ fún wa wípé ká má ti oko òròkò dé oko òrókòdó. Because one of the things that we are doing here today, especially Ominira, to Daju, my brother Amochekun said earlier, we pay nǹkan sọ ní pé kó má lọ jẹ́ wípé gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe pátápátá nísìnyí bí was more or less saying that big ìgbà tó yẹ pé àti ìmọ̀ nǹkan tá à ń ṣe à ń kó gbó síra wa lọ́wọ́ ni bá a lè ṣe lè ṣe. Because what we refer to as the Berlin Conference, see, ọ̀tọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe níta, ọ̀tọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe nínú ilé. A fẹ́ kí ó di kí Africa kó di war theatre. Àwọn tó máa kó ammunition wọlé tó ń fẹ́ tà the army industry. Wọ́n á rí ibi tó máa tà sí, tó máa lò. And bàtẹ́ bá ra ìjà tí gbogbo ẹ̀kan dojúrú, wọ́n máa kó àwọn ohun àlùmọ́nì wa, wọ́n máa kó lọ. Tó bá yá, wọ́n máa parí ìjà. A di pé òkè báyìí ni. Ẹ̀yin ẹ̀ mú bí káwa mú ọ̀hún yẹn. Ọ̀gá yẹn lè yàtọ̀. What we call Anglophone. Today may be saxophone tomorrow. And only just reverse order based on the agreement. Now I will ask my brother Amotekun to please state what, in your view, you think will be the African solutions to African problems. And we have problems. Kede oronyoju tefe gba àwọn èèyàn wa. Generally, nípa kọta sọlẹ kẹsọ ní ṣókí tó jẹ́ ọbẹ̀ ògbìn. Over to you. Thanks.
Ẹ ṣeun. Wá àtàjókòó ní ìfàyè, mo ń ṣe research kékeré kan. Màá brief yín lórí ẹ̀, just in very few words. But mo notice kíní kan nígbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ Niger Republic ṣẹlẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ sure pé most of us, because we are very savvy people. Story Africa is only known to some Africans and almost nobody out of Africa. Now, if we were to find a way, let's Jackie, the whole world come on story wa, it might just help us maybe a little bit, maybe a lot, I don't know. Now, in continue check out ní by law, ẹ má gbàgbé pé British, wọ́n kàn wá ṣùṣù, wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe amalgamation. But money list kan yìí by tó ń fi population on me. Benin Republic, 12 million. Burkina Faso, 22 million. Cabo Verde, 602,000. Very few people, and that's meant to be a nation. Ivory Coast, 27 million. Gambia, 2.5 million. Ghana, 33 million. Guinea, 14 million. Guinea-Bissau, 2 million. Liberia, 5 million. Mali, 23 million. Mauritania, 5 million. Niger Republic, 27 million. Nigeria, 233 million. Now, me, mo be on peche calculate, me, mo be on peche consider something is not regular. Now, there was a woman, Minister of Humanitarian, whatever, she mentioned something not too long ago. Only Nigeria is too large to be managed by whatever group or kind of like hierarchy. Within the same year, if I'm not wrong, ni Amechi Lojade Lotoro, only Nigeria is going nowhere. Because anybody to ban that required social intelligence. So my Nigeria last in 1960 why. From the fact we pay, Gowon tried to bribe the whole nation of maybe 50 million people by going through that nonsensical ideology of Udoji money. Also, a coffee run future, coffee create the power supply or whatever. So the present day situation, Aderi Akpabio, to the end of clearly we want to share money power. Where exactly do you think we're going with this big number of people to people who are managing? Britain is about 57 million people. Population of Britain is about 57 million. America is about 350 million. But once you capture
and the one, you know, that's one. And the other switching on top, that's one.
Please continue.
Once the capture, once the style, once the kind of modify their own system, why can't we in Africa or in Nigeria can't accept the way? There's no point in putting people through hardship. Kawa the easy way to be just way olukaluku agbegbe aye alafia. Àwọn baba wa de ṣe nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé ó jẹ́ improvement on what we have at the moment, which was regionalism. I will continue to say it because this was all against the Yoruba people. I can't find any other argument because Nzeogwu or whoever they were, the Igbos, the five major, so why the region ló ń ṣe dáadáa, ṣé wọ́n máa attack harmony at the time. So we need to find a way, let's solve and start to chart new courses. Ẹ jẹ́ ká accept pé kíní yóò dá ká dẹ̀ move on kúrò ńbẹ̀. People are now talking about Kakpada regionalism. We've been there, we've tried it, it didn't work. Why are we going back there? Àwọn tá dẹ̀ pè ní àgbààgbà wa mi ò fẹ́ lo language tí ò dáa because èmi find it difficult wípé èèyàn mẹ́wàá máa dúró níbì kan máa pursue safety ẹnìkan train fẹ́ gbá èèyàn mẹ́wàá train fẹ́ gbá ẹnìkan mo ní option láti save the two parties mo á lọ save it doesn't make any sense and as simple as mo ṣe lè ṣe tọ́ nìyẹn this is what we're facing at the moment and right now Americans are now talking wípé àwọn ò mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ these are black Americans in the south and I was saying wípé àwọn ò mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Áfíríkà lélẹ́yìí and somebody is not sitting down to take advantage of the fact wípé a lè highlight the problem wa to whole world láti mọ̀ wípé kì í ṣe pé Áfíríkà kéré kì í ṣe pé a kéré kì í ṣe pé a useless kì í ṣe pé a yọlẹ̀ kì í ṣe pé a ní nǹkan kan láti offer. Somebody is not taking advantage of that to bring our people together and chart a course. So my benefits were. Emishima, I don't know why I still believe we can use the two. Next thing, mo gbọ́ pé a fẹ́ lọ ṣe rally, a fẹ́ lọ ṣe rally, a fẹ́ lọ ṣe rally. Kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ plan láti gain out of the rally? You don't create a project or you don't start a project without wanting something to be the resultant of ideology. You don't do that. Kilodetali will take advantage of situation you see. The whole world more we Neocolonialism is taking a new trend. Russia is now trying to get a bit of the cake. I can assure you, the British people, British people are more soulful. They're more tolerant. They're more merciful than the British government. The same thing with the American government. There were stories. Nekwaman Katonke ni Yoruba for. He was one of the forefront people to go to Okweru. We need rally is either we use it, and it's so disgusting about one institution by some people don't have respect. People are you need now. That's not your mind. That's what it takes. That's all it takes to be in a community. And until about community service, some of it is part of the problem. So I'll take advantage to speak to the whole world. If the Americans know what is happening in Africa, so clear things, the British people know, the Canadians know, the French people know. Who might help one now? So rally Tapeshi gauge popularity one for what? A lot of the rally Tanshi, Maloti Travaga Square, Amaso, Amapowe, Amaso, Ijide Yoruba, what is the purpose of all of that? About transmit the problems to the people we want to listen to us. And this is all happening because some people do not believe in counsel. They don't believe in consultation. They don't believe in the whole ideology of inclusion. So anybody wanted by Yoruba nation in only Joko could work out principles to my help work. We need to start thinking about winning principles. Because we're so weak, we'll be talking about the past instead of talking about the future. Instead of talking about how we're going to attain that real utopia. So it's all left to you and me. Rati insists things have to be done the right way. Only in the 80s, do the right thing, do the right thing. These are things that are being put into our mind to be on the right side of the wall. I'm not doing anything in Yoruba Nation political position. Must resolve already with me a position. Must realize me position. It is not about position. It's not about enriching yourself. It's not about your personal ambition. It's about being a patriot. There's so much blessing in being a patriot. Than we put on my lead. Agbada mi le wole kan. Mọ́tò mi ò lè jókòó sínú ẹ̀. Yàrá mi ò lè sùn sínú ẹ̀. Ilé mi ò lè gbé nínú ẹ̀. So a lot of us need to go back and reflect on our own individual definition of patriotism. Nationalism is also. Patriotism is also. We need to sit down and focus on how we are going to achieve for our descendants. Not for me, not for you. Thank you very much.
Eshegon, brother, God bless you. Thank you. Ejo, ní àsìkò yìí, gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní ìbéèrè, ẹjọ́ ẹ nawọ́ yín sókè. I see my brother Funsho Ajayi. I don't know whether you're still in the house. Raise ọwọ́ lẹ́ǹkan. Ẹjọ́ tẹ́ bá wà nílé. You ṣe ìbéèrè yẹn unless tẹ́ bá fi pé bóyá in the course of the deliberation wọ́n ti dáhùn ẹ̀. But ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ní ìbéèrè lásìkò yìí torí I believe pé kò sí kì í ṣe ẹ̀rọ asọ̀rọ̀mágbèsì. Àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ bá fi pé you want to contribute, orólé bàbá wa ni wọ́n dẹ̀ kì í ṣe lẹ́yìn èèyàn. If you have any opinions, please put those opinions on the platform. But tó bá yẹ pé ẹ fẹ́ béèrè question ni, you have 60 seconds. Ìbéèrè kan ṣoṣo fẹ́ nìkan ni. And bó dẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́ ìbéèrè fẹ́ nìkan, tó bá jẹ́ pé bíi méjì ló wà lọ́kàn yín, ẹ papọ̀. But within 60 seconds of talking, we would kindly and respectfully ask you to allow somebody to respond to you. Thank you. But Afunsho, you can now ask the question. Thank you. Ẹjọ́ náwó sókè again, kí n lè highlight yín. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà lẹ ní ojú lọ̀rọ̀ wà?
Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi?
Náwó sókè again, please.
Yeah.
Náwó yín sókè. Kán lè rojú yín ni o. Okay, ẹ tán fídíò yín o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Thank you very much. Ibi tẹ́ sápamọ́ àṣírí o.
Yeah, this is me. Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ a kí gbogbo ilé o.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ a kú atótónu. A kú kó lè dá tí à ń ṣe. Olúwa kún wa o. Now, I'm very pleased to be here today. Mi ò tí ì wá bí rí at all. Which I'm sure Barrister Ogedengbe knows about it. But this is my first time of this attendance, and I do appreciate all the contributions so far. But more importantly for me, ibi tèmi ń wò níwọ̀nba ọmọdé làákàyè ọmọdé tèmi. Torí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bí àwa ni. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ káwa náà ó tágbà. Now, the problem tí gbogbo highlight látàárọ̀ tá à ń wò, tí mo dẹ̀ buy into nǹkan tí brother Daddy Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn sọ. The issue is not about talk shop. Torí mo dé eléyìí lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ tí mo join yìí, I may be wrong. Mo kàn rí pé talk shop ni gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe yìí. Let's identify problem, let's look at challenges nǹkan kan. We don't even gbogbo kíní tí were identified. The challenges are there. That's a joy. But native way of looking at it is to look inwardly, organically into what is happening. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ti Áfíríkà wò bó ṣe yẹ ká wò ó ní pé wọ́n ní tí ìyá tó bá jọmọ lógún ọdún tó sì bá tọmọ ọlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù tí ò bá tọmọ. Yes sir.
Mo sorry o because ṣe mọ̀ pé a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ojúṣàájú nǹkan tí ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá máa ń pè ní ojúṣàájú ìdálù òun ló ṣèlú. Your opinion matters and we want to hear it, but I think tẹ́ bá kọ sórí ìkànnì fún wa everybody will look at it, but tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ question ìbéèrè ni opportunity wà fáwọn èèyàn láti béèrè, but tó bá jẹ́ opinion which is very important torí igi kan dágbó ṣe ẹnìkan dẹ̀ ń jà wádé so ó ṣe pàtàkì ká gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn èèyàn wa lórí ìkànnì lórí chat room yẹn. Please, I know it can take time, but ẹ bá wa type gbogbo kíní yẹn síbẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn á kà and we will keep it in our archive also. But tó bá jẹ́ ẹni ìbéèrè tẹ́ fẹ́ béèrè ẹ lè béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n. A kì í po ohun má gbogbo lẹ́nu credential ojúṣàájú ẹ má bínú, especially now that I know it is your first time on our program. Torí bá ṣe ń ṣe nìyẹn, and if we allow it to go, then obviously other people will see that as injustice. Kò ṣe nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe, kò dẹ̀ ṣe irú ìlú tá a rò pé a gbọ́dọ̀ sọ pé a fẹ́ lọ nìyẹn. So jẹ́ bó ṣe jẹ́. Thank you, sir.
Ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Is there any other person? Ṣé ẹnikẹ́ni tún wà tí wọ́n fẹ́ tán ní ìbéèrè tán fẹ́ béèrè? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ìbéèrè ni o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ tẹ́ bá ní ìbéèrè ẹ béèrè ìbéèrè yẹn. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ CSO Oyewole, ṣé ẹ ní ìbéèrè tẹ́ fẹ́ béèrè? Okay. Tí ò bá sí ìbéèrè kankan mọ́, I think I need to hand over to Mr. Kolade Thomas. Mr. Thomas, wọ́n sì ń bíbọ̀ wọ́n máa join wa. Bóyá ká tó parí ẹ̀, ṣé fídíò màmá wa Arikana ṣe fẹ́ ká continue rẹ̀ ká tó parí gbogbo ètò àbí tá a bá parí ètò? We can indicate by raising our hands. 27 and let's see what the majority will want us to do. And I want to wo video yẹn tán ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ nawọ́ sókè. Thank you. Èèyàn méjì, Mr. Otomo, Mr. Oyewole nawọ́ sókè. So, and who is èèyàn mẹ́ta láti nawọ́ sókè. Ṣé àwọn yòókù wà tán ṣe fẹ́ wò? Okay. Prince Tunji Kalejaye and Mary. So
Barrister, I'm sorry to Barrister Igwe, mo ní the question ni mo drive lọ́wọ́ ni kó tó park. Nígbà tí ẹni bẹ́yà contribution wà, mo ní mo fẹ́ béèrè question tí màá mí ẹjọ́ ẹ má bínú mo tó rí bí park sí ló ṣe díẹ̀ ẹjọ́. Mo fẹ́ béèrè question, just one question, that's all. Kì í ṣe fídíò dáadáa. Ẹ ṣé. Ada fún iná pọ̀lọpọ̀ mo rí pé a ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun gbogbo ilẹ̀ ń ṣe àwọn náà ń ṣe káàkiri so gbogbo àwọn àìdíà tí a ń gbọ́n bí nígbà gbogbo sà so eléyìí tẹ́lifíṣàn lé nìkan gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ń dára so I don't know how are you all coordinating it to kọ́ ẹ̀pá kan ṣe idea is I mean I don't know maybe how can we coordinate all this idea together to bring quick results. Why idea can pile up, build up. Because God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. Eshigon. Madam on behalf of the directorate. You would have heard about the word Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. No. This what we want to do on our gene. So our Lushwaju to be with Fenya Balawa. A cock bodo jeki awareness wà láàrin àwọn èèyàn wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí brother wa Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ṣe ṣe. The doing is another thing. Kí lẹ fẹ́ ṣe tí ò ní ìtumọ̀ fáwọn èèyàn? We've done a lot of things as directorate. When we think, God has blessed us with people that you've seen on many occasions, with faculty of sight who are selfless, people with who have altruistic nature. And when we felt that security was key, with the little that people committed to us, reposed into our hands, we were helping the Nigerian government, and most especially the Yoruba people. Because what is the essence of Kini essence, self-determination, when your people would have been slaughtered? So we focus on that area. I want you to support you, Ashe. So Amamashe, dear. Len komoni wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ nínú ìkànjẹ́lé tó bá dúkò abuyaya. So kì í ṣe nǹkan téèyàn kánjú ṣe. Wọ́n ní òkèlè gbígbẹ pẹ̀lú sùúrù ni. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀yin bàbá wa ṣe máa ń sọ. And yàtọ̀ fún yẹn, Yorùbá ní eléyìí, wọ́n ní kọkùnrin rédíò kóbìnrin pa. Káàró ṣọmọdì, káàró dì máṣọ. Directorate would not lie to anybody. A lè ṣetán, a lè dá ṣe. I beg again, a little bit here, a little bit there will make mighty oceans. So gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ni. We are not just one organization, we are representatives of the few organizations that are represented here. So we want to encourage Yoruba organizations, wherever ideas, to Bajade, cannot take it on board. Let them do it. And whatever we need to do, to power within our power, security, that's one Musolenko. And we know about the legality of what we are doing, the diplomacy. Here today is our sister. Myself and yourself, we've spoken in private about your prayer efforts, talking of spirituality. On this platform today is our sister, Barrister Tinu Akinshola, who, unknown to so many people, went inside the Benin embassy and actually pleaded, made a case for the release of our brother Sunday Adeyemo Igboho whilst he was in detention. He actually, on our behalf, went in there with a petition, not just standing there making noise. We did it the proper way. So, and if we've done that in the past and we're still doing it, there's no reason why in the future we're not going to do it. We're not in this for recognition. We're not in this for any pecuniary benefit. We're here because we want the coming generation to know that àwọn iṣẹ́ táwọn bàbá wọn ṣe wípé kò ní gbé iṣẹ́ wà fún ilẹ̀ wa, fún orílẹ̀-èdè wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlà. And we want posterity to judge us right. Tá a bá sọ̀rọ̀ lénìí, a máa sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀, bàbá Àjàsìn, iṣẹ́ náà ṣe sílẹ̀ tán fi ròyìn wọn. These are the things that we are doing. So, like we often discuss privately, if there's any shortfall, please rebuke us in love. And it is welcome. Why? Because open rebuke is better than hidden love. So, as regards what we have been deliberating upon here, we have them in our archives. The video evidence is there. Kolobi Koko. Àwọn nǹkan tá lè revisit ni ìran tó ń bọ̀, wọ́n á tún lò. Ẹgbẹ́ mi tí ò sí nínú directorate, àwọn náà á tún ṣe. When during we anticipated the possibility of war. And abẹ́rẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ nípa àgbẹ̀ yìí, we were looking ahead. And you've seen our video on the platform. Pé a fẹ́ kíyàn pa àwọn èèyàn wa o. A lot of people are talking about it. We weren't doing it for self-glorification or so that we can benefit from it. And even now, we're warning our people because we know what transpired in the past. So we want owó, káwọn èèyàn lè náwó sí pé nǹkan báyìí ni wọ́n fowó ṣe. So these are the things that we do. So kì í ṣe ẹgbẹ́ jẹun tán, ẹgbẹ́ relé ní ìpàdé ilé. We believe we need to be proactive and do what must be done. And àwọn nǹkan tá à ń ṣe nìyẹn. So Baba, àwọn iṣẹ́ tá a ṣe òdu ní ẹ̀ṣá ìmọ̀fólókò. And these are things, if you go to Nigeria today, if you go to the Yoruba speaking states, those who matters know about what we are doing. And we do know about what they've said that in the last 4 years, their Egbeton to commit 1 million naira. Really, we spend millions. Tiwamo. Even those who don't like the directorate are aware of our enormous contribution to the security and the advancement of Yoruba cause. So, Jeboshije, thank you very much. If there's still any other question in respect of that you want to clarify, please do so. And if there's anybody who feel there's something that's ambiguous, please feel free to ask us. We've always declared here on this platform that we will be accountable, we'll be transparent, and we will be prudent in the way we manage the Yoruba people affairs committed into our care. So, Oje Shoki Obeoge, thank you very much. Baba, Tubani, Prophet Adewale, Tubani, February. Please feel free to.
I share Bobo Mata, so ya 100%. Never only, maybe later, when we were so called salon, we might to pay him because he continue to share giddy. All I need to share, yo. I'm also later, sir. All I'm better from our time. Fact of 10 row, 10 shades really. Or I put the fair and go papa and you go for any at our committee to amber. It's a but not by so later, sir.
Thank you very much. Sir. Thank you. We have quite a lot of people that were interested in the video. So I will secure judges to play it. It might be
please,
like
the video, sir. She will be question, sir.
By all means, yes, please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I do appreciate the state. The authority is really glaring, and there are evidences that you're doing a lot. Ìbéèrè mi wá báyìí sáà yìí pé ẹjọ́ pẹ̀lú takuntakun tẹ́ ń ṣe tá a dẹ̀ ń rí ǹjẹ́ ìbáṣepọ̀ wà pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹgbẹ́ gbogbo because nǹkan tá a rí ni pé ọmọ Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ ẹnu wa gbọ́dọ̀ kò so that gbogbo àgbélébù ìpẹ́nu wa ò kò ló jẹ́ kí ìrìn àjò kó pẹ́ àmọ́ wípé àlègbà kíákíá mọ̀ kó máa take time ẹjọ́ sá ẹjọ́ mà ǹjẹ́ ìbáṣepọ̀ wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ gbogbo tó wà káàkiri so that a jọ tọ̀ síbì kan náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí òwe ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà ìyẹn ni ìbéèrè mi sà.
Thank you very much. Èmi ò ṣe mọ̀ pé ẹ ṣe gan mọ́ mi ẹni gbogbo bí mo ṣe understand the Yoruba ó suggest pé all the Yoruba groups the truth be told kò sí àjọṣepọ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ but àjọṣepọ̀ wà pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹgbẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan tí wọ́n ní representatives láàrin wa even àwọn tí wọ́n ní aṣojú láàrin wa what we've done is we reach out to them because at the end of the day kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ilé abúlé ẹnìkan abúlé gbogbo wa ni so we reach out to them and we help them wherever we could for over 18 months. We at least at the commencement of this honorable organization, we were asking people to send 3 delegates until our advisory council was put it continue to do your work. And that's what we've been doing. Even as it stands right now, I would love to sing the song of King Sunny Ade and Ebenezer Obey to actually round up the answer to your question, which is Ojoniwa Aoveni Kosota, Enijiri Lijimpa, and fella said Omi Olota, water no get enemy. So anybody, somebody genuine intention, láti sin Yorùbá, somebody aṣojú wọn wá, àbá wọn ṣe. And oríṣiríṣi, we've been in this agitation for a while now that by the grace of God, we're able to smell the rat. We can smell people from afar. Àtàwọn tó jẹ́ pé tó ní ọ̀tún ọmọ tètè pọ́n fẹ́ dàrú ni. Àwọn tó jẹ́ pé ipò náà wá sí ẹgbẹ́ kan débẹ̀ tó máa fún yín condition tẹ́ bá jẹ́ kí n jẹ́ signatory account yín. No, I don't even know. Many of us don't know. At least at the time, àbí àwọn tó máa sọ fún yín pé tẹ́ bá ibi tẹ́nìkan wà yẹn tẹ́ bá yọ kúrò ńbẹ̀ kẹfà wọn sí. So those are issues. And we're not interested in all those things. And let me say this for me. My own experience. There was a time, maybe about 2 years before the coming to force of the Yoruba Nation Global Directory, a prominent Yoruba man called me and said, oh, we haven't, even one of the elders, I don't want to mention his name, said, money, no, I'm a young person, but some of my colleagues who are early bloomers want any grandchildren. And we were taught pé àgbẹ̀ tó bá fẹ́ kéré kì í jẹ èso ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí n jẹ ayé àwọn ọmọ mi mọ́ tèmi. In England, where I live, there are some of our kids who are good managers. Awalemi, Omo Walola. This is what we were taught. But bá rí tó bá ti ń jèso ẹ̀ kò lè kéré. Àwa dẹ̀ fẹ́ èrè. Ẹ̀gbọ́n nǹkan tí Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn sọ lẹ́ǹkan pé a fẹ́ fi ogún rere kì í ṣe ogún àsìnwọ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ wa. That is the vision. I think this is one of the things that actually enabled us to speak. Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn is not a member of Yoruba Nation Global Directorate, but you know one thing, because he's a progressive Yoruba nationalist, anytime we call upon him, he's there. So the onus is on those people. Can't do saying Yoruba, can't join anyone. I beg again. Christ said in the Bible, only as many as come to me, I will know why cast away. Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ní genuine intention, ipe ìdàgbàsókè Yorùbá lójú ọ̀run lógún tó bá wá, we will work together. We need people. Ẹnì kankan ò lè dá ṣe. A scripture came to my mind. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn Jésù, they were toiling throughout the night. And but the analogy there makes sense for everybody. Throughout the night, not just Shishekbo, not just Shishekbo, Rejashi, but nígbà olùtọ́nà ẹnìkan ṣoṣo dé, ó make a difference. Only put your net here. The Bible said they experienced boat sinking, net breaking miracles. So we believe those people who have genuine intention. Tó pé wọ́n jẹ́ olùfọkànsìn, olùfẹ́ Yorùbá, tó bá wá sáàrin wa, tó bá dé, gbogbo nǹkan tá a gan rò pa ti ṣe, ó tún lè advance. We are all human, we have limitations, but with what do you call it? People, good people on our side. We can sing that song. This little light of mine, we're gonna make it shine. So that, I think, is our position. So nípa ti gbogbo ẹgbẹ́, àbá gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ ṣe, but a dúpẹ́ fún Elédùmarè pé gbọgbọgbọ lọ́wọ́ ń yọ yorí tí oníkálukú bá kó ìwé ìdánwò wọn sílẹ̀, lágbára Ọlọ́run wọ́n á rí fún Yoruba Nation Global Direction. Ó jẹ́ bó ṣe jẹ́ màmá mi Adébọ́lá.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Wilson, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Oh,
thank you.
Yoruba gbogbo wa o.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè o.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí Mr. Sam ṣe ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn nípa getting the news across, I can see that with my little knowledge of the Yoruba in Nigeria today, among the elites, the agitation is growing fast, probably because they have access to internet and course. But now the majority of Nigerians, or the majority of the Yorubas, are the downtrodden. And I think Amotekun and some other groups might be able to assist in spreading the objective of this noble organization across the Yoruba land. Because when you look at the Nigerian situation today, I've lived in Nigeria, and I think when I was in UK, I also discussed with Barrister that the level of awareness of this agitation in the Nigerian context, in the Yoruba context, let me be using the Yoruba context, is still very low, because the majority of the Yorubas are the middle level and the downstream. They constitute the majority of like 80%. Among the allies and my interaction with them in Nigeria is getting wilder and wilder. And once all Yorubas knows that, look, we can form a nation, just like the examples they have made of other countries who have lesser number than Yorubas, and they are a nation of their own. So I think we should have a way of designing what we are going to do to ensure that this information is passed across. As of today, I know maybe Mr. Sam has been doing a lot on it, I'm not aware, but I know that we need to go through the local people. We need to educate them that we can be independent. We can run our own country the way we wanted. And that will make sure that everybody is aware that, oh, if they say Yoruba nation today, everybody will have to raise up their hand that I support it. Because if you are talking about referendum now, referendum will only be among the elites for us to have a way through. But if every Yoruba, even let's say 70% of the Yorubas indigent, are aware of that, look, we can rule ourselves. we can be independent, then it will be better. It might not be a thing of a day or two or months or years, but we should have a roadmap of getting every Yoruba person educated about the agitation we are talking about here. And then we can move forward and achieve a lot. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Emma, Mr. Wilson says sorry. Nkoton was in mind me is offering our regulation pay about later. And I don't want to interrupt him for one reason, that I believe that for every general rule there are exceptions. And Yorubani Arino de Olumoroko. And nobody can say the way you do. He's a bosom friend. Some are more discover who I'm being lady. And like some of my childhood
second time.
One man your one man. And Nkoton so I want to, it's a feedback of what's going on in Nigeria. It's a top executive in Nigeria. I'm sorry, I'm not just trying to, what do you call it? When he said it should be among the elite. Our mama wa on yawa tamashi referendum line one. Most of them got a bag be 100 low. So I think I need to just bring that out. And Mr. Wilson, like I said, is my very good friend. Like we believe all of us are friends and family. And the last time he was in the UK, I had the privilege of hosting him. And without casting aspersion on people, Omoy, you can't know Omoy, lawyer, Yawu Omoy, Towakiwa, Otiba, Nigerian Yoruba passport. Mr. Wilson, is that right? Or?
Yes, you are right.
Otiba, Amotekun, you know, I was telling you that story of the issuance of Yoruba passport.
Yep.
Yeah, already Yawu Omoy passport. So a lot of people might not have heard about people currently holding Yoruba passport. We are not sovereign, but we have a passport. So that this is the face. And to have a pro ani elerium or alone. I'm not being pessimistic, but our mommy, our mama, the passport might expire. To get the authentic Yoruba nation passport will then be issued. So I want Koto Wambeni, Oje Shoki. Thank you. Mr. Wu Tomo and Owasuke. Napoleon. Please unmute yourself.
No, Emma Bino, regarding the Arikana, Sister Arikana video ni Moshinawosuke. Okay, you are okay. Emma Bino.
Thank you very much. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just can sorry play video here. Thank you.
Control of your natural resources. You've given up your military. What power do you have? Today, because of the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization, France alone, that little bitty country, is taking out of Africa over $500 billion. Over $500 billion. And by the time they finish investing that money into the French stock market, they're realizing trillions of dollars in any given year. Pack that. The watchdogs for corruption are saying out of Africa, 50 billion gets out of the continent from corruption. The question I have is, why has it been so difficult for us as Africans to say enough is enough? How long are we going to keep watching this carnage go on and we say nothing? It goes back to the mind. It goes back to that fear. It goes back to that sense of inferiority. And I go back to the diagnosis I made when I went to Washington. That until we black people understand that we are suffering from the legacy of colonization, that we are suffering from the legacy of slavery, that while we may have lost the shackles of in our legs and our hands, the shackles of the mind continue. Until we realize that we are a wounded people and we need healing, nothing about our circumstances is going to change. We are sick people. But to be sick, first you must realize and accept that you're sick. How do you go to the doctor if you don't think you're sick? We're not only in the doctor's waiting room on an outpatient basis. We're not even in the hospital in a general ward. As Black people, we are in the intensive care. And we need to realize that. The baby is now born. And her name is the African Continental Free Trade Area. You see, the children of Africa must realize that now we need diapers, we need formula. There are going to be sleepless nights. This baby is going to cry. This baby is going to throw tantrums. We need to be ready to take care of this baby. Africa is on the move. The question is, are the children of Africa ready to step up and take what is rightfully yours? You got to understand, around the globe, as Black people, the reason we are so disrespected is because we're poor. Most of us don't own anything. Singularly, while we were given our independence, the one thing that was denied from us is economic liberation. The African heads of states are saying African wealth belongs to the African children. The African Union defines African diaspora as all people of African descent living outside Africa. The colonizers have been building the Africa that they want. The game is up. You see, you don't go to China and find Black people driving the Chinese development agenda. You don't go to Europe. You don't go to Mexico, India, and find Black people driving those regions' development agenda. The reality is, you must not, cannot, should not, and golly, will not go to Africa and find non-Africans driving the African continental development agenda. Unless, of course, you, the children of Africa, the inheritors of Africa's wealth, choose to vacate that place that has your name. The choice is yours. The environment is ready. And so, I'm on a mission to see to it that we, people of African descent, truly understand our Africa, truly realize that we have been lied to, but that we're smart enough to know better, that we have been sleeping, that it's time to wake up. You see, a united African diaspora is a sleeping giant. It is the sleeping giant that is needed to bring the sustainable change that Africa desires. Bigger corruption in Africa is coming from outside. Try flying low over the DRC. You're going to see tarmacs in the middle of the jungle. You're going to see 747s flying into the DRC, picking up minerals and flying right outside the country. Do you think those multinationals are going to want to see peace in the DRC? Do you think they're going to want to see peace in South Sudan? No. A stable Africa is an Africa that cannot be exploited. So they will see to it that there will never be peace in Africa by any means necessary, unless you come to the table and do something about it. For a continent that doesn't have a single gun manufacturing company, we simply have endless supply of guns. How? How is this okay that Africa continues to be exploited? How is it okay that the world has watched as France is taking cold, hard cash out of Africa? How is this okay? I want to know. United Nations, answer that. Secretary General Guterres, answer that. When you all meet every year in New York, what are you talking about? That is our reality. No more Shall we continue to be ignorant? Our eyes are open. We know our Africa. We are going to reconnect with our roots. African Americans, you must understand there is a void that is deep in each and everyone's subconscious. It is a void that affects everything you do. First, you must understand you have that void. In this country, with the exception of the American Indians, everybody is a foreigner. And everybody has their roots outside the United States. And the rest of the races are connected to their roots, with the exception of the African Americans. You're too busy running away from your roots. You're busy denying who you are. Well, guess what? It is what it is. You are an African, and Africa is home. And the sooner you wake up and realize and accept that Africa is home, the sooner you're going to fill that void. For as long as that voice is in you, you're always going to be like a ship without an anchor. The wind blows this way, here you go. The wind blows the other way, here we go. Find your base. Go home. Africa is where you belong. And Africa is where your roots are. Thank you.
We stand alongside you and we support your mission and your fight. Please accept this as a small token of our appreciation. Thank you.
But as I began to make a diagnosis, I analyzed the situation, and my final assessment was that the ignorance that the world has about Africa is the disease that I must fight. So I set out to have a plan, and I began implementation. Because it is only when that disease is treated, it is only then and only then can we embark on a true healing path for Africa and her children. The African Continental Free Trade Area is creating an economy that's $3 trillion with a workforce intra-Africa of 1.27 billion. An environment that you can spread and grow your business like wildfire from one country to the other. The borders that have kept us from trading with each other as African countries are in the process of being melted as we speak.
Because everybody wants to go to the Hamptons.
We are done. We can hear you in the Zoom.
In the summer.
Barrister. Barrister getting bill.
Where is Barrister getting bill?
Oh, Emma Bino, I'm calling on Osho Raphael Adebayo. Kawabawa ṣe ìdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn wa fún ìpàdé mi. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n highlight wọn. Sorry, spotlight me. Thank you. Baba, over to you, sir.
Ẹ kú àsìkò yìí o. Fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí dúpẹ́ gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa, ẹ̀gbọ́n wa tí wọ́n bá wà nípa ètò ilé ni. Ẹ ṣé gan o. I believe this is one of the most powerful sessions we have ever had in a very long time. The discussion about the future of Africans through liberation, a careful and intellectual look at what is happening among the ECOWAS nation, the decision of the few nations in West Africa that were considered small countries to challenge colonial master. The discussion was very detailed and very educative and very great. Eshegon, we are very, very grateful. Anyone that come today will now appreciate our gathering and the kind of the people that we have to analyze the matter that concerns our people. Eshegon, adúpẹ́ yín gan. Ìmọ̀ yín àtọgbọ́n yín kò ní jọba lórúkọ Jésù o. Ìlú wa náà ta dẹ̀ wà ńkọ́. Ìlú náà kọ́ step by step ni la ṣe ń lọ. Bá a ṣe wà lónìí kọ́ láti wà lánàá. For the first time, we are able to look at how we are and where we are going. So today is a very glorious day, Eshegon. And the call by the Road Directorate through the barrister to everyone to come and join us. To look at Shelonsi at Taria Janakuni, Unshe Eromode. We need people to come and join us who believe in our cause, who believe in the progress of Yoruba nation, Yoruba land, that Omalade Niwa, and we have so much heritage that can stand tall all over the world. So let's take this platform as a blessing of God to continue. I want to follow on the book, but not about the any do. Tẹ́jẹ̀ ká jẹ́ pé á jẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ tó kàn fi ẹnu ọ̀sán lásán tí ò ní nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ẹ ṣé gidi gan. Then all the people now that trusted us every time, giving us money, which make us very careful how we dispense the money, how we use it, ẹ ṣé gidi gan. Ọlọ́run máa dúró tí gbogbo wa o, máa dúró tì yín. Owó tẹ́ ti mú owó náà àpò náà kò ní jófo. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan. A tún máa pàdé ní next Saturday. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn pé kí wọ́n join wa. Àwọn mẹ́tẹ́ gbé gan sínú the database tá máa ń send the list sí. Tó wá dé ọ̀dọ̀ yín náà tẹ̀ pé ó yẹ kí wọ́n join wa. Ẹ bá forward ẹ̀ sí wọn kán lè join wa. Ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́gbọ́n ni à ń sọ ní lórí ètò yìí. A dẹ̀ kí àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n náà kàn bá gbọ́ kán lè dàpọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ẹ ṣé gan o. Títà máa pàdé ní ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ. Ayọ̀ ni o. Ilé wa, ọ̀nà wa, á wà ní àlàáfíà. Ìgbà táwa ń gbọ́ nípa wa náà, a máa gbọ́ fún ayọ̀, a máa gbọ́ fún ẹ̀yẹ. A ò ní sánkú, a ò ní fi ilé ẹ̀wọ̀n ṣe ilé. Olúwa máa dúró tì wá. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kò ní dojúrú. Àwa tí ẹ tó wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ náà tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà ní adarí wa náà, ọgbọ́n wọn ò ní jọba, wọn ò ní ṣìṣe. At the end of the day nǹkan, a máa kọ̀ tán pé wọ́n ṣe dáadáa. Ẹ ṣé o. Ó dàbọ̀ nìyẹn. God bless.
Ẹ ṣé gan bàbá. Thank you very much. And that ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ orin orílẹ̀-èdè wa. Mr. Kolade.
Yes. Thank you very much, I need national anthem now for the before we can go. And that is the end of the program today. Thank you for coming. ṣé o.